If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. And make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the video. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the $, Cash App, 2 cents boxing, or leaving your 2 cents in the super chat below. 10/21/2025. Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything box, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing whatever we want to discuss because it's 2 cents after dark. I know y'all see the stuff in the title. Jermell Charlo wants to smoke. Turkey about to ruin boxing, and Shakur not ready to fight. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the video, the live, I mean. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly. If I'm not going in and out, if none of that is going on, put a 1 in the chat. I might need to just let me know if it's going in and out, if I'm clear. Let me know, let me know. Boxing been crazy the last couple days. Hold on. All right, I'm clear. All right. Boxing been crazy the last couple days. Everybody been on my head about this Clarissa Shields, Layla Ali stuff. It's a link in the chat. It says, "How am I defending Shields?" If anybody want to click it and come up here and tell me, I'm not gonna pin it to the top. So if it's by the time people get on here, if it's gone, it's gone. But I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here tonight. But I seen that um hold on, y'all. I seen that Leroy and them. I seen that Leroy and them dropped another documentary. Let me see if I can pull it up. So this show could have been a live review, but I just seen this right before I hopped on here today. So boom, it dropped 2 hours ago. The Puppet Show, full movie featuring Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford. So are we gonna have a live review coming soon? Leroy done dropped a new documentary. So we're gonna have a live review coming soon. What's up, Band-Aid in the building? You know this my topic. What's your topic? What is your topic, Band Up? What is your topic, Band Up? Well, where everybody at? Where everybody at? I'm trying to let some more people pull up in here. Jermell Lions only Charlo. All right, I guess we'll start with Jermell. So Jermell Lions only Charlo. Feel like, I mean, I get it. I get everybody's perspective about Jermell or whatever. I'm not saying anybody's wrong, but I will say Jermell Charlo ran through the 54 division. He picked up all the belts, became undisputed. And it's crazy how when Jermell was undisputed, nobody talked about him being undisputed. They act like the man wasn't even undisputed. So then he go up and fight Canelo, and now they talk about him like he never did nothing in his entire career. I think it's wild. Um, I think that Jermell Charlo, if the Canelo fight, I mean, he wasn't like physically damaged in the Canelo fight, maybe mentally and emotionally. Um, but I think Jermell Charlo will be a much better fighter, not coming off a long layoff and an injury, moving up 2 weight classes to fight. You can call it excuses, you can call it whatever you want. But my 2 cents is I think Jermell Charlo will go back to the 154-pound division and be competitive, maybe. Maybe he been chilling too long. Maybe he enjoying his life. I don't know. But I don't have reason to believe that Jermell Charlo is no longer going to be competitive because he lost to Canelo. After considering the circumstances under which he took the fight. He wasn't even supposed to fight Canelo. It was supposed to be his brother. So, but he did get dropped by the same punch Bud took clean. So what does that mean, y'all? Like y'all want to keep nitpicking every little thing, like this Crawford shit, like for real. Like ain't nobody good enough to fight Crawford. He's the best fighter in the multiverse. Nigga need to just retire. Nobody's good enough to fight this man. He's the best fighter in the multiverse. He's the best fighter this planet has ever seen. It's no more competition for him. So we don't need to talk about Bud. How is his punch resistance sus? Because Bud took a shot that knocked Charlo down, but it didn't knock Bud down. Now his punch resistance is sus. Stop it, man. Up. Stop it. So because now Charlo like, okay, I want to fight Bud. I want to fight Boots. You know, he calling for the smoke. He, Leave Bud alone. I just gave the man a compliment. What do y'all want, bro? Like, seriously. I just gave the man a compliment. I haven't said nothing disparaging about Bud. This is why people mess with Bud, because of his fans. Because of his fans. Literally just gave the man a compliment. Aircraft carrier popping here talking about leave Bud alone. So anyway, Jermell Charlo has always been a competitor. He's always fought, quote unquote, fought the best. He was undisputed. Why do people think that he can no longer be competitive? Because he lost to Canelo? I don't think that he can no longer be competitive, but I don't know. Of course, I have to see him back in the ring. But if I see him back in the ring and it's like, oh, okay, he cool, he's straight. I feel like Mel. I don't know though. Mel got a this is factors to consider though. Even though I like Mel and he's a great fighter, but we have to consider that he wasn't running around preserving himself, picking and choosing fights, waiting for other people to collect belts. He wasn't doing that. So he went through the gauntlet. He had one of the hardest undisputed runs. So I don't know if that wear and tear or that undisputed run and all of that has, kind of worn his body down because he fought all the champions. What up, Mr. Greg? He says, good evening, 2 cents. Charlo is still, in my opinion, the guy to beat at 154. And Fedora, Boots, and Ortiz all need to see him. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Gray. They out here talking about Charlo like he's just a nobody. And that's what I don't be understanding. Just because people lose, they lose. It's boxing. So now they can't call out nobody else. They can't try to go get competitive fights. They can't go try to fight the best, which is what I hear all these quote unquote hardcore fans consistently cry out day in and day out. He's trying to go fight the best. He didn't skip the 154 division. He was the 154 division. He left 54 division for one fight, and now he's coming back to the smoke. He's not going to 160. He's coming back to the smoke at 154 pounds to try to run in. He was undisputed once, right? 2 cents, just making sure because Bud. What is that supposed to mean? Does Bud want a cookie? Congratulations, and that's what I'm saying. You don't even need to talk about Bud anymore. Because you can't talk about nobody without y'all bringing up some Bud did. Bud ain't run through it. He got 13 belts in 6 fights, y'all. Leave me alone with that shit. So, like I was saying, I'm wondering, will the gauntlet he already went through have an effect on him when he tried to come back? But he did take the layoffs. He did have time to let his body rest and heal. He seems to space. Maybe he got some counseling. He said he stopped drinking. But just like Tank was saying, counseling stuff, it might affect you. Maybe. Maybe. But Charlo always been a dog, though. Charlo always been a dog. The fight, he had a bad night. Whatever the case may be. He dared to be great. See, if Bud would have lost, y'all would have been, he dared to be great. No, he dared to be great. But y'all can't give nobody else that because Charlo didn't fight how y'all want him to fight. When fighters don't do what y'all want them to do, y'all just throw all kind of dirty stuff on their name. Fedora, Boots, Ortiz, Charlo can go fight all of them. And now they saying, oh, Charlo just won. Y'all talk about. You think before I wasn't even talking to you, bro, I was talking to Jason. Where Jason at? Well, I almost had to get Jason in. And see, paid in full, that's a perfect example of how a misunderstanding can start. We're gonna talk about that tonight. We're gonna talk about that tonight. Did Charlo Victor Conti and snack in his corner? No, Charlo Victor Conti and snack in his corner. No, he did not. He was not scientifically prepared. That's what I'm gonna say. But be scientifically. So I'm sure he was taking them shots from Canelo. Punch resistance on 1,000. You scientifically prepared, bro. And I didn't say that. They said they were scientifically prepared. Bomac said he was scientifically prepared. I didn't make that up. I heard Bomac say it. So once I see Charlo in this his tune-up fight or what, now my own issue is I don't want Charlo to come back to the biggest fight he could make in boxing after this long layoff. That's my biggest issue with PBC and they fighters. They be inactive and then they want to hop in the ring with the best competition they can find at the time. But then you got the quote unquote hardcore fans running around talking about they don't want people to take tune-ups. So when they get in the ring unprepared without no tune-up, then you downing them, you shitting on. So what do y'all want? Because you know if somebody getting in the ring with top competition after a 2-year layoff, what you think like? The carrier. New Bud Hate Angle, scientifically prepared. You can't make this stuff up. Bo Mac, he was scientifically prepared. Aircraft carrier? What do y'all be talking about? Y'all crazy. I didn't say that. Bomac said that he was scientifically prepared, and they work with a mad scientist. These are not my words, y'all. These are not my words. But if Charlo look good in a comeback fight, I think he can still be competitive at the 54-pound division. And who do y'all think Charlo gonna call out? He's the undisputed champion from the 154-pound division. Why wouldn't he call out Boots? Why wouldn't he call out Fedora? Why wouldn't he call out the quote unquote best in the division? Ain't that what y'all asked for these fighters to do? Now you got a fighter doing that. Now it's he just want money. Charlo ain't doing no more. Charlo need to Charlo. Come on, y'all. I'm just saying. Like y'all don't be thinking about what y'all be saying. Like y'all ask for something, you get it, and you complain, and it's just weird. It's just weird. Jermell Charlo moved up, dared to be great, didn't look good in the fight, gave up in the fight, or whatever y'all want to call it. I don't feel like that, but I got a video about it on my page. You can go back and watch it because y'all just mad because Charlo didn't get knocked out. And he's able to continue on his career. It's no question about if he gonna be okay mentally. Is he gonna run around the ring? Is he gonna do this because he got destroyed in a fight? That's not a question. We don't have to question it. Some people some people may want to, I don't know. It's like I don't know. I don't know. It's just a weird situation to me. Um who he's supposed to fight. Like, let me know and drop it below. If Charlo can't come back and call out the best, who he's supposed to fight. Apparently nobody can call out Terrence Crawford because either he already fight him or I don't know. Like it's funny how people complain about things when they're in a certain position and they don't like the way that they treated or how things went for them. And then they quote unquote allegedly get in that same position and then same things that were done to them to other people. When that happens, that make me feel like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you, soon as you get the opportunity, do the same to other people that you didn't like? Can somebody tell me how that makes sense? And Bud Crawford is not cooking everything at 168. If he is cooking everything at 168, tell Bud Crawford to defend those belts. Tell him to fight another 168 pounder, not one that he can not match up with stylistic. Tell him the 68 names on the dartboard, let him throw a dart, and whichever one it hit, that's who he fight next, since he can beat everybody from 168 now. Somebody say Boxing Hacker, you got cooked the other day on Dean Channel. You should sit out for a while. Oh, why y'all doing that? Like EJ did Thurman 2 cents. What are you talking about, boxing nut? That's not what EJ did to Thurman. Stop it. It's not what EJ did to Thurman. That's not even comparable to what I'm talking about, bro. Stop it. Hold on, bro. Hold on, Paige. I see you back there. Let me do something real quick. What up, Paige? What you got for the show?
What's going on, 2 Cent? I was gonna actually send you something, send you a link. To I wanted you to watch something. I think these. You remember the Exodus files?
I gotta change my internet. It's tripping. Yeah, I said it when I first came on here that they dropped another documentary. I was like, if I would have
Right.
seen that before I started, it would have been a live review show.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna ask you. Did you want to play it or not? But yeah, that's all. I
No,
don't
I
know if you
haven't
was
played it.
opening up the panel. I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna play a clip from it because I want to see some of it right now. I can't even wait. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, you want me to jump
Um,
back in the chat, or are you opening up the panel?
what up? What up, man?
Salute, Nickel Slick. How you doing? How you doing?
Good. Hold on. Let me change my internet real quick because y'all breaking up. I can't understand none of y'all. What's up, Band Up?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, but he can do, sis, let's have a conversation. He can do that. He can do what you just said. He can literally throw a dart at the board and beat anybody under 168. There's only one name that is giving him a
So
challenge.
he can beat
Still for
everybody at
still. No,
168, Band Up?
I don't think nobody's really fucking with that man. My theory
Okay.
is, so look, my theory is about the undisputed thing is if you got a guy in the room like Hero Spence, you know what I mean, that was beating up everybody in the division, collecting everybody's belts. That's like you going into a room and that in that room you got a bully, right? And there's a nigga that
Hey,
goes
I'm
in
gonna
the
start
room
timing y'all out with this Tankomaniac shit. That it's getting on my nerves. Go ahead, Band Up.
and if you going and if I'm going to a room and I see a bully up in there and I beat the bully, what's that make me? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that theory could be put with these belts. Yeah, he didn't fight everybody to beat the belts, but at the same time, I really think Bud would have cooked Ugas. Bud would have cooked Danny Garcia. Bud did cook Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? It's reality. You can't put the boy. Tell me where I'm lying at. Tell me where I'm
Go
lying at.
ahead.
Are you telling me Ugas is beating Bud? Is you telling me Danny Garcia is beating? No, you're not gonna say that. Come on now, that's not happening, right? Okay then. Same thing I feel about with the 168. Nobody's gonna fuck with that man. I mean, there could be some challenges here, but I don't see anybody. You're gonna put somebody in front of him. They be like, oh, he's a less favored. He's
if
less
he
favored
don't
in that
stay,
fight.
if he don't stay at
But
168, Band Up, I don't believe that.
mm, mm, okay. Well, no, hold on. I could believe that. Want to know why? Because I
I
mentioned
know
this
you
before.
can.
No, watch. No, because I mentioned this before. No, I mentioned this before the fight even happened. I asked you about it too. I said, hey, did you see that? Did you see that in the back of one of Bud's shirts on his training video? It said it said 4-time undisputed. And if he
Yeah.
won this fight, it said 3-time. And I asked you, what division did you think he'll go back to? I said, do you think he'll go back to 54? And you said you don't think he would. And if he does, you don't think he should do that, right? Okay. So I think 160 has always been in that man's plans if you really pay attention to it.
That's fine. Band Up, he can sit around and wait for somebody to collect the belts at 160 and go be undisputed again. Kudos to him.
I'm just
But
saying.
he's not beating everybody at 168 though. Because if he could, why that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
If he
saying.
could,
Like I get it. You getting your accomplishments, you hopping around divisions with people with belts and beating them and all of that, but I want to see you fight other people at 168 since you the best at 168. You
So you
like you we could say Canelo was the best at 168 because he had the belts, but let's be honest, nobody ever had the opportunity to become the best at 168 because Canelo was a ball hogging the belts.
you wasn't just fighting.
Nobody had a chance to win another belt at 168 because Canelo was ball hogging them all this whole time. So all these people that been at Canelo really held up that division, if we honest. All
William
those
Clay didn't
fighters
get a
that have
chance.
been through 68, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't fighting the real contenders for those belts that deserve those shots, bro. You know that, man. So all I'm saying is we can say accolades that Canelo was the best at 168, but who else had an opportunity to become a quote unquote best at 168?
Whoever Canelo felt at that
And if
time.
Bud is now the best at 168, how do we know that? We don't, because he only beat Canelo.
I feel like
And
that
you
it's a double
wanna
edged. I
triangle
feel like
theory like, oh, if he beat Canelo, he could beat everybody. No, because Canelo couldn't fucking beat everybody.
I feel like it's a double edged sword with that Canelo thing because that's the theory I give a theory to the Canelo Duck and David Benavidez when I was talking to Jason Gregg about that years ago. I'm like, yo, if he's not going to give it to Benavidez, why not give it to Crawford? If you're never going to fight Benavidez, Canelo, why not give it to Crawford? You know what I mean?
Because
That's
there's
how I
other
look at it.
people at 68 that's been in the division that actually deserve a shot before Terrence Crawford, to be honest with you. And not because
And
I'm
that's what
being
they
no
said
type of
too.
way, but I'm just saying. And then you're going to come up there and get all the belts, and then you're going to drop them. I mean, I guess it's good he drop them. They disperse. Now people can become champions. But you're up here telling me he's the best at 168. And I'm telling you he needs to prove it. Not
Okay, I
just
can
get
see,
to say you the best at 168.
I can see your theory. I can see your view on saying that. I think you and correct me if I'm wrong. You prefer him to stay at one place and fight through a division at that one place, at least at one
I
place
mean,
other than 147.
I like an undisputed run where you go through and you beat all the champions. Now, if you get emailed a belt and then you fight a B-level fighter for 3 other ones, I mean, I guess that's cool. Like you're undisputed, but is it how you get the undisputed? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess it depends on the fan. But I mean, if you undisputed, that's great. That's an accomplishment. Double clap, kudos. But if you are legitimately putting yourself through a gauntlet, you fighting, you beat people, you losing, you rematching, that's a more exciting undisputed run for me as a fan.
Okay, I can see that. I respect that.
What up, Mr. Greg? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, I first of all, I do still think that the man to beat at 154 for the moment is still Charlo. I don't know if he can get back to 154 after going up to 168 and then not fighting after that. Because your body is getting older, it's probably harder to get back to 154. Just not sure. But I think if you're going, he was the only guy that I can think of who was undisputed at 154. And he did, as y'all say, he ran the gauntlet. So it's something to be said about him doing it that way.
Well, you say he's the only guy to be undisputed at 54?
That's what I recall. I don't think anybody has had all 4 belts at 154.
Ever?
Not that I know of.
Oh, he's the first 4 belt, and that's what I'm saying, Mr. Greg. When Charlo was undisputed, it was like nobody cared about undisputed. Like they
He
gave
wasn't
no.
he wasn't the first
They,
4 belt. He failed 4 belt. He was the second because his fight happened after Bud's the rematch with Castano.
I said at 54.
I know what you mean. But and to say and what I meant earlier when I said his punch resistance was sus against Brian Castano before the Canelo fight. Not only the Canelo fight, that really showed it for me. But I thought his punch resistance was sus against Brian Castano. Simply how much bigger he was than Brian, and Brian was actually still giving it to him. Like he almost had
Castano was a good fighter though, and he had some pop.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Man, I don't think, bro. That's like Sean Porter. Sean Porter was a good fighter, but you see, hey, that's when the size get to you, the bigger
Sean
fighters
Porter
end
was
up
fine.
winning. You know what I
Sean Porter
mean?
was good.
The bigger
But
fighters got
the
to him.
problem is that he's hard-headed, and he let his emotions get in the way of how he should be fighting, and he don't want to listen. So a
He
lot of
said I didn't
times,
listen to my coach. He literally
yeah, a
said
lot
that
of
he didn't
times
listen to his coach.
you don't accurately throw your punches properly or throw the right combination of punches because you're being hard headed or you get over emotional, as Charlo tends to do. Now, he probably has learned and watching his fights that I need to be more conscious of how I'm fighting, et cetera, et cetera. But I do think because of what he did do at 154, as I just said, Fondor, Boots, and Ortiz need to see him. Now, if Charlo's going back to 154, in my opinion, he has to seize the moment and make himself the guy that they want to see to solidify themselves as top as the guy at 154. And nobody's doing that right now. And I don't know. We don't know what Charlo is going to do, but I do hope if he's looked at his career, what's going to be left of it, how he's going to move forward. He does need to learn. I need to, listen because you don't know everything. That's why you have a team that tells you where you're making your mistakes at. He needs to do that, those kinds of things. He needs to get control of his emotions because that's how I really think that's how he lost to
Castano the first time.
yeah, I forgot his name.
Cristiano.
Tony
No,
Harrison.
yeah,
Oh, Tony.
that's exactly how he lost the first time, being over emotional. And what happens when you become over emotional, you trying to get somebody out of there, you overshooting your shots, you're being hard headed because you're mad about whatever. And you have to remember you're a professional. Go in there and find a route to win and win well. And I think he'll I hope he's able to do it. I like Charlo. I don't
I
think he
like
can
Jermell.
Crawford, but I still believe that he can be the man at 154 if he's going back there. As far as Terrence, I'm not even sure what he's going to do, and I don't think he really knows what he's going to do because I don't
Because
think
he waiting, Mr. Greg. He waiting like a sniper in the trees.
there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with being a sniper if you got a
I ain't
plan.
saying nothing was wrong with it. I'm just saying
I
he
know. I'm
waiting.
just saying, if you got a plan, great. But what you're going to do? Are you staying at 154? You're going to going to 160? It probably is going to be a difficult thing for him to go back down to 154 as well. I mean, he did it. He went up in weight the correct way. So you can't hurt your body by taking off that muscle. You can't hurt your body by trying to step back down, particularly as you're getting older yourself. Your body goes through changes regardless of what kind of athlete you are. So,
Yeah, he looked fat in that Canelo fight. He looked soft.
yeah, trying to turn the clock back when you're that old, it's a
Right.
recipe for a disaster and from my position. I mean, and when you put on muscle and things like that, you're going to have the same issue Roy Jones found he had when he went up and then tried to come back down. Well, he did come back down, and he found that that shouldn't have been something he did, but it's too
He
late for
probably
that.
ain't do the right shit though,
Yeah, I
knowing
mean,
Roy Jones.
because Maxie Shilstein was the man to get you in that kind of condition, and for you to take all that off just because Tarver got in your head, well, you see what happened to him. But I
Yeah,
do hope.
and I think that Charlo will be better not coming off long layoff and an injury straight
Yeah.
into a fight.
He had an injury.
Yeah, remember he came off that broken hand.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot about that altogether. That's why he didn't fight Zoo. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that. See, all those things come into play when you're older. Because when you get injured or you break something or you got a bad cut and you got to heal up, you never heal up 100%
Fact.
because that that hand you broke or whatever the case that you did, even though it healed up, it's now susceptible to being injured quicker because of the first time. So,
Mm-hmm.
and see, that's the problem I'm also seeing with, and I know we're not talking about him yet, with Shakur fighting all
Well,
that
he
time
coming up
with
next.
bad hands and continue to fight. Now he's getting older as well. I mean, he's not as old as the other guys, but still he keeps re-injuring the hands over and over again. And he finally, like I think that what they said, he's finally got it done right. But look how many times you did it wrong before you got it right. So
No, he
we're
hurt his hand after the Zapata fight.
Had to fight too. Yeah.
yeah,
He
Or
didn't
he
so
get
had it
that
hurt
fixed.
before the Zapata fight or something. Allegedly. I'm starting to feel like anyway, we're gonna get on that, but because
yeah.
I'm just starting to feel like you using this hand stuff to Because now I'm hearing, I don't know how true it is, but I heard that I seen Blue Blood make a video. He called Shakur Mr. Glass on the thumbnail. I thought that shit
Yeah.
was so funny. I was crying laughing. But I
He called him Mr.
they
Glass.
he called him Mr. Glass on the thumbnail. I didn't watch the
Oh
video, but on
wow.
the thumbnail it said Mr. Glass. Y'all
Oh
can't tell me
wow.
that's not funny. Y'all
I got,
cannot tell me that's
I got
not
a quick
funny.
question though, 2 Cent.
What's up?
Did you go around the YouTube streets today?
I just went on my normal little show I be on, but I ain't been like around.
I wonder if anybody made any live streams about Devin Haney getting about his BM coming out
Nah, ain't
basically
nobody
saying,
made it. I mean, congratulations to Devin Haney. His girl said she retracted her story, I guess, and so I guess they cool. I guess the lawfare worked.
yeah. I was just trying to see something. If them same people was gonna come out and since they ain't say nothing the first time, but they gonna come out and say something now, they just gonna leave it alone.
Nah, they ain't say nothing, but you know, y'all know how it go. It is what it is.
Oh well. I hope
Y'all
it
better
works
be
out
careful
for
with the women y'all picking. Do not y'all be careful with these women y'all picking. I don't know. It seems to be trendy to date hoes. Like I don't know what's up with these young guys and shit.
No, the
That's
fuck
a
it
fact,
ain't.
boss. For sure.
But you're telling the truth, 2 Cent. It seems
I
like
am telling the truth. I
all
don't
of
get
them
it.
have gravitated to that, and it's a whole culture out here now.
Hey,
Yeah.
I am from
Nah,
Seattle.
come on,
Hey,
man.
I am from Seattle. I don't know if you guys know, but that is a very prominent thing in the Pacific Northwest.
Like, how did y'all make this cool? Like, who made this cool? But see,
Shit,
it's
the rappers.
But you said,
Rapper,
Honestly,
what's that?
you gotta like the Sugar Free, the Mac Dre, the Pimp Sierra. You know what I mean?
but they
That type of
weren't dating them band up. They
hey,
weren't they
I
women.
know that's the new
Yeah,
that's see,
listen,
but you gotta understand, just like kids with these phones and how we don't really understand it. Hey, I don't like hey, I would never back in my day when I was a kid, I hated watching people play the game. I always wanted to play the game. Now these little kids watch people play the game. I don't
Houston.
understand that.
Yep. My daughter be
Hmm.
Yeah,
doing that.
So
I'm
it's
like,
just
why are you sitting here watching them play the game?
Yeah, that shit is
there's just
crazy.
some things we just don't understand and why it gets added.
Nah,
And
no,
and,
that
and,
because
and
Houston.
that's
these guys
mm-mm.
is you guys are boyfriend pimping and thinking that it's the way to
But
go.
let's put that in perspective, right? Sugar Shane Mosley didn't marry a hoe, right? She was just a wife, looked like a good woman. She took that man's money and his belts.
But
You know,
that's different though. That's different.
is
I'm
it?
talking
I
about
think
yes,
I
you're
don't think
legitimately getting. I'm talking about. I pay people pay me for services type
Like
clothes.
man,
escort
I'm not
shit.
man,
talking about
let's
like you a hoe, like quote quote you a hoe because you know. I'm talking about you're
Escorts.
literally get paid for services, and now you my gal. We holding hands. You having a baby by me. Like why is that cool?
first of all, I'm not gonna worry. I never seen her do that. That's all due to speculation. I don't know what.
Man,
It's not
girl, man, dude.
I'm just
speculation.
saying, like, you
Boxing
always want.
hacker.
He,
It's
I'm not
not.
you know,
call,
Boxing
I'm not gonna
hacker.
slut shame
Hacker
a
don't know what
female unless
Mushu
I have
is. We
evidence.
already figured that out. So
Yeah,
What
we can't
what was
slut
his
shame
girl?
female
What
unless
was
we
his
have
girl
true
name?
evidence.
What was his girl name, y'all?
Which
Talking
one?
about the Taz Devil?
Boxing.
Devin
Devin. What's his
Haney?
girl name?
Oh
I
shit.
forget.
I forgot her
I'm about.
name.
I'm about to look her. I'm about to show Boxing Hacker where she's literally with the Taz Angels. She's
Yeah, yeah,
literally
Yeah.
with
she
them.
one of Taz Angels, but
It's
doesn't mean
not
she.
speculation.
But you're saying that she slept with a bunch of people. I don't know if that's true. I can't. I'm
Nigga,
not
she
gonna.
Boxing
was an
Hacker.
escort.
Bro, like I said,
Do you
I'm
know
not
what an
gonna
Boxing
put.
escort
Hacker.
is?
Again, I will state this. I don't know what she did with Taz
And
Angels.
Boxing Hacker
Oh
is the
my
Taz
type.
god,
Angels was
man.
definitely like
And
as
let me tell
mom
y'all
said.
something. Boxing Hacker is the type to get played and then be making red pill
Man,
videos.
look,
Simp ass nigga.
I'm just saying, man. I'm not gonna put a jack on.
You a simp. You a simp hacker.
hey,
No,
hey,
I'm not
hey,
gonna.
hey, Hacker,
I mean,
hey,
because that's
bro,
a little bit low key slut shaming. I'm not gonna do all that.
hey,
You
Hacker,
Especially
what
when I
you,
have no
Hacker,
true evidence.
Hacker,
Nobody's shaming
I
her,
don't know
Boxing
what,
Hacker. We're just telling the truth. That's not what the fuck
But
is slut shaming? If you a slut, you should be shamed. What are you talking about?
yeah,
Say it
so
again, 2 Cent.
so
Cause
but
What are you
like
talking about, Boxing
they
Hacker?
shaming their damn self to be out
Do
here
you
okay,
know what
behind
a
them
hey,
closed
isn't
do
that
you
doors.
know what a slut listen, a slut
yes,
is different from a hoe. Do you know what a slut is? A slut is doing everything. They have no moral. A hoe is trying to be profitable. A slut is just doing whatever to be doing whatever.
I feel like
So
they
yes,
come from
you
the
should
same
be shamed.
terminology.
Well,
No, it's not the
actually,
same.
The hoe is the person who screws everybody but you.
Yeah,
Prostitute screws everybody who pays.
facts.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know, she
And the
was with
slut
Taz
is
Angel.
just doing whatever.
It's
When
just
they
out there.
Because she
That's
was
good.
with Devin, everybody's trying to say she's a pro. I don't know if that's true or not. I have never
Boxing
seen
no,
it.
hacker.
they're not saying that just because she was with Devin. She was that before Devin. He probably
What are
paid
you
for her.
talking about?
Like, but where are y'all getting the evidence for this though? Like, how
Bro,
do
It's
y'all
on
know?
Thug
the
already put the
internet. Have
evidence
you
out there.
All you
hold
know,
on,
she was with Taz Angels. You don't know
Boxing
what she
Hacker, have
did.
you Googled have
I,
you Googled it? Have you Googled it?
yes, she was with Taz Angels.
Do you know
So
what
what are
they
we
Taz
talking
do?
Angels
about?
is not
Do
known as a
you know what
prostitution group.
do
You
you
have to
know
know.
what yes
Yes,
they
I
yes.
don't.
are.
Look
Hey,
at
I
dumb,
don't know what
bro.
city or
No, that
metropolitan area
was
you're from, but you
Y'all
that
know.
was
wasting y'all
Joshua
time, bro.
Tree.
That nigga
Nobody
not
knows that.
y'all know how he is, bro. He don't believe shit.
Yeah,
Even
I'm
if
not
the
gonna.
information right in his face, he ain't gonna
Bro,
believe
oh
that
my
shit.
God.
I don't. I just
Ooh,
don't jump out the window with stuff. That's just me. Like,
look.
it has to be
But if
proven.
you
Broken
don't
Dangerous
know,
say
then
he
how
used
you
to bought
denying
one.
it?
Huh?
Broken Dangerous say he bought him one.
A boxing hacker.
Yeah.
I honestly got a question, bro.
Yeah. What's up?
And just stay with me, bro. If you out in the woods somewhere by your goddamn self and you hear something moving, are you finna go figure out what the fuck it is? Or are you gonna run?
He gonna go check.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nigga, no, that just tells me
Yeah. I
everything.
don't
No,
know.
no, bro. Yeah, you on the opposite side, bro. You on the opposite side.
I don't
You the
know.
nah,
So
bro.
like,
No,
if
no,
you're
no, no,
let me ask you the same
Lunatic, bro.
question.
He
Let's
a
say it's the middle of the
lunatic.
day and you're walking in the woods, right, with a
no.
bunch of
I
friends.
don't
No, 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 no,
care.
no. I'm gonna ask
The
you the same exact
situation is you
question.
were in the dark, bro. That's not the
No,
middle of the
you
day.
didn't
It's
say
different. You
dark.
can see.
You just told me I
I
was in the
don't.
woods.
For one, if I'm in the woods, if I hear anything, I'm alert. But if at least in light you can see, that's
So
why I
you're
asked
not
you
going
in the
to
dark.
run. Okay, so
That's
are you
exactly
gonna
why I
run?
asked you in the dark. Because you're the
Wait,
type of
no, you
person we
did
gotta
ask me in
yell
the
at,
dark.
nigga, run. No, we
You
ain't
did
gotta
ask me
run.
in the dark. You said if
Fuck
I was
that.
in the woods.
Nah,
That
I'm
we,
nigga
gonna
nah,
ask you the
crazy,
same
bro.
question.
nah, bro.
Hold on,
Nah.
I'm gonna ask you.
one mic, one mic.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you the same question, but I'll just say it's in the middle of the day and you're walking in the woods and hear a sound. Are you going to run?
I'm gonna get the hell out of there. Yes. I'm
Okay.
not waiting to see what it is. For one, I don't do snakes. I don't do big cats. I'm from Washington State. They got bears and everything, and literally you will see a coyote walking in your parking lot. So yeah, I'm really on that. So I don't
That's
look to see
crazy.
if it is. If it's not plain sight, I'm not staying to figure it out. I will figure it out from a distance. No, I'm not
All
finna
right.
stay here and figure
Look,
it out. Go look. No, I'm not
I'm
finna
not
look at
I'm
nothing.
not trying to shame. I'm not trying this really is not even about Devin. I'm doing
Uh,
this to prove a point to boxing hacker. So I don't want nobody
okay,
to be
let's
like,
see
oh,
it.
this ain't about Devin. I had to pull this up. Which
So
one of these is Devin wife? I don't really know what she look like. But do you see this boxing hacker? Is one
yeah,
dude and 6 women. He's a
yes.
pimp.
How, okay, again,
He
how
gonna
do
ask
you
you how you
know?
know.
You see a picture of one dude and 6 women. How do you know they're prostituting
Because
themselves?
This
people
man is
know
crazy.
boxing hacker, people
So
know
it's
them and who they
hearsay.
are and what they do. It's not
It's
all right,
hearsay.
boxing hacker.
Who are the people?
I can't boxing
This
hacker.
man is crazy, bro.
You tripping, bro. It's
Listen,
hearsay.
like I said, I'm not gonna put something on somebody unless there's true evidence.
You don't even. That's the man, bro. Niggas can show you evidence and you still not gonna believe this shit.
No,
What you
I'll
want
You
a
believe
gonna
there's
video?
find a way
evidence
to
to go
argue.
have
Video
it.
boxing hacker? You want a
Huh?
video? You want a video?
No, there has to be like actually concrete evidence.
No
You show me a
shit.
picture of her
You
Well,
walking.
want
go to
evidence
Pornhub. You will see her.
time I paid it for? You want a video of you want evidence of people doing something illegal?
There has to be true. There has to be actual evidence
You
that she
want
is
evidence of
some
someone
kind
doing
of real
something
evidence.
illegal?
You can't just show
Is
me a
that what
picture of
you think?
her and a bunch of people and say, "See, I
You
told
can't
you
just
about
show a
that."
picture with pimps and some hoes and say, "What are you talking about, boxing?"
Huh?
What are
There
you
has to be real
talking
evidence. I don't know.
He's
To me,
in
there
the,
has to be
oh
evidence.
my god,
I'm not
bro.
gonna like I said. For me, y'all free to
That's fine,
just say
boxing
they
hacker.
are.
You
Yeah,
can have your own opinion, bro.
yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
telling
Y'all
you,
free
bro.
to just
You
Got
ever
a
judge.
you
only.
ever
She got an OnlyFans too.
you ever been cheated on, boxing hacker?
No,
See, you lying.
What? I
You
find that hard
lying.
to
nah,
believe.
buddy.
You
I find
lying.
that hard
Nah,
to believe, bro.
not
I'm not
that
gonna
You
lie
much.
to you.
lying.
I find that hard to believe. I'm not gonna lie
That
to you.
nigga
But
lying.
Yeah.
speaking of, I got something I want to show y'all too, since we on random conversations. But y'all, we gonna talk about boxing until I pull it up because I got a question I want to ask y'all. I think it'd be interesting. It's Steven Stone Cold Nelson, Bud's buddy posted it.
Yeah.
But so I'm hearing Shakur Stevenson hands might not be ready to make the Tio fight.
That fight ain't happening.
But my
Where did
thing
you
is,
where'd you get that from, Tucson?
I don't know. I read it on the internet somewhere. But my
Okay.
thing is, I don't, and I was about to say, like, I don't know how true that should be because why would you even start negotiating a fight without knowing if your hands was gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense to me.
Yeah,
So
I
I
don't think
is
think
you
that's
sure?
true.
Keyshawn is #1 in the WBO, and he
Yeah,
just
But
and he
wouldn't
and
you
he
have
just.
thought that Keyshawn
Oh
was
my
gonna
bad.
fight T.O. anyway? Like, why would
yeah.
Keyshawn be T.O.'s mandatory, but Shakur come fight him?
Well,
That's
there was
why I
gonna
said
be a
it didn't make
voluntary.
no
It
sense.
was gonna be a voluntary fight, you know. But
Bob ain't letting that shit
think
happen.
I don't think Shakur's hands are messed up. I remember Shakur saying that he just wanted extra time to rest it. He didn't say that he was injured, you know. So I think people.
What?
So,
He said he
What?
yeah,
got. I thought
yeah.
he
So
got
like
injured.
what Shakur was saying that he wants to give longer time in between fights to rest his hands. He didn't say his hands were injured. Like
So why would he do that if his hand's not injured, boxing hacker?
his
To
hands are
rest
not
him?
so to rest it because remember he's still sparring. You guys know that, right? He sparred
Okay.
during the Terrence Crawford training camp. He's still sparring, but
So
with
does he
sparring you
not
can
rest
wear 16
his
ounces.
hands, boxing hacker?
No, but with
That
sparring
shit
you can wear
is
16
crazy,
ounces.
bro. This man will
That's
argue
extra.
anything.
Hey, hold on. There's method to the madness. Well, in sparring you wear 16-ounce gloves, so there's extra padding. In an actual fight, you're wearing 8 ounces. There's less padding. So he's
Oh
just
my
trying to like
god.
create like time between fights, so he has more time to rest his hands versus use his hand more and more, knowing that they're a little bit more fragile.
But
They are not
why? My
more
question is,
fragile.
why was he even negotiating if he needed to rest his hands? So was he like
Well,
in the middle of negotiating? I'm not saying none of this is true. This is me hypothetically speaking, if it is true. So he was in the middle of negotiating and then be like, you know what? Still need to rest my hands a little bit more.
well,
I ain't
he,
gonna
he
be
said
ready
he was
to
going to be
go.
ready to fight Tio next year. So he never said he wasn't going to be ready to fight Tio in January. I think that's what the plan was. He
I don't know.
said
I
he
haven't
just
seen
didn't
nothing
have
going
a
on.
fight this year.
I just don't
He
think
said
it's happening. So I never
It's
thought
not
this gonna
happening.
happen. So I don't
yeah, I
care.
think
And
Tio's
I'm
going to
sick
pull
of
out.
T.O. Then T.O. gonna come out fighting a black guy. And that's my thing.
It,
Like,
it might be
stop
Keyshawn.
supporting T.O. with this stupid shit, y'all. Like, I
Yeah.
don't never say don't support nobody because I don't really believe in that. But the way y'all was in an uproar over the way T.O. said, nigga, I can't believe how much support he's getting right now. Or banana or whatever gay shit he said. I can't believe how much black people are supporting T.O. right now. It's very strange to me. No black fighter should be fighting T.O. and no black fight fans should be paying no attention to T.O. If y'all was upset as y'all say y'all were. Am I tripping?
Nah, I
Well,
agree.
I'm putting
Wait.
myself
Say
in
again,
that
Suzanne?
position. I don't even think nothing about him, to be quite honest. That's how I see it.
I mean, I want Shakur to get that fight. That's a really good fight for him and his legacy.
But that's not a fight that's gonna happen on Bob's watch. Cause why would he make a fight for Shakur when he got fighters in his own stable, as he said before? They didn't make Keyshawn #1 for nothing.
Who is
They're
Shakur
making
signed to now?
He
they're
he's
making
still with he's still with
Matchroom?
Matchroom and I think he pretty much with Turkey. I don't know if he no, he signed a Matchroom, didn't he? Or is he just doing a deal with Turkey still?
He's a free agent. Allegedly, he's a free agent.
So
Okay,
he still got
yeah.
the same management.
Yup.
Man, I don't know. You know, he got like 3 managers.
Yup. Jay Prince, Josh Dubin, and
yeah.
yeah.
That's a lot of people in your pocket. Good lord.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
Man,
a ton
I
of
just think
people in
people
his
just
yard.
duck Shakur, man. I think they know that
There ain't
the
nobody
young
Dutch
brother.
score.
he
Shakur is a
ain't ducking
goddamn
him.
problem. He's a problem in these lower weights, man. I keep telling
He's a
people,
problem to himself. He needs to go sit down and rest
nah,
them hands so he can fight.
nah, that young brother is a problem
To who?
to
To
a lot
who? I
to a
said,
lot of all the even Gary Antoine said no to
he
fighting
just
Shakur.
ducked Roach.
Yeah, man, no, he didn't.
Gary Antoine did say no to fighting
When,
Shakur.
when did he say that?
He said that when Shakur suggested the fight.
What did he
When?
Antoine
say?
said
What did he
they're not
say?
looking to go that way. He did say that
When?
when they were talking about making the fight
When?
between when Shakur
Like,
was
was
so
it
they,
recently? Oh,
No,
wait.
it wasn't as we submitted a couple
All right
answers.
then. I ain't trying to hear that because he had a whole
It was
different other tune. Because when Shakur said something about he'd be fighting the top guy at 140, uh Gary Antoine definitely had something to say about that.
what do you say about it? Because Gary Antoine said he's moving in a different direction.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, sources.
Let's see it.
So, man, Mr. Greg, boxing world, boxing street's been on my head about this Layla Ali Clarissa Shields
I've
stuff.
been seeing that, and I don't
You
think
know why they're mad for real, too, Sam?
they don't understand what you're doing, Toussaint. That's what it is. Because some
I know
people
they don't.
get single minded about things, and they don't see the bigger picture.
Somebody said something to said what happened?
Yo, the moment they
Oh, I got
mentioned,
y'all. Hold on, I got y'all. Look, I put this video up. Well, I knew people was gonna be mad at me for this one, boy. I love
the
it though.
moment Calista mentioned Tank,
The Layla
that was
one?
when the hate train started.
The moment what?
The one
But
Calista
y'all
said
know,
Tank.
what's crazy, boxing hacker that I thought about?
Yeah,
Everybody been talking shit about Tank, right? Everybody. Clarissa Shields talk shit about Tank. Now they mad at her for talking about Tank. Are y'all serious?
exactly.
Are y'all serious? Stop.
Uh,
Y'all not
and
for real.
what's crazy hearing grown men talking about, oh, she's not that pretty anyway. Blah blah. What the hell are y'all
Like,
talking about?
oh my
She
god.
mad
I
because
can't
she
believe I'm
ain't
agreeing
light
with
skin. I
my
done heard it all, man. I done heard the most craziest stuff.
Larissa doesn't
But
like
you
that,
know
man.
what,
I don't
Mr.
know what
Greg?
Larissa-
Like, I
Yeah.
haven't even got into it,
There's no
but
colorisms
this
coming
this
out, people.
this conversation is way deeper than I'm even going. I'm still kind of surface with it. But this is a
Mhm.
very deep conversation. It's a very deep conversation. And it's not a conversation I'm gonna be able to have with like a lot of people because people seem to think that if you don't just say one thing, that means you agree with it.
Mhm.
When I can see, and it's a
Pull it
gift
up
and a
right now.
curse.
I'm gonna
I
pull it
can
up.
see, okay, it's a gift and a curse because I can see the perspectives of both sides.
Mhm.
Like I've always been able to do that. And so being able to do that, it makes you seem what's the word? Flip floppy or contradictory, but I'm not doing that. I'm just saying this on this side and then this is on this side. And then people don't understand that in a situation, two people can be right and two people can be wrong.
Yep.
Mm.
People don't know how to think beyond what's
I
in
think
front of
Layla's
them.
wrong. I don't know what people are
They
talking about.
they won't, particularly on this subject matter. And when you have somebody that has the aura of being beloved, they can do no wrong even when you see it. So when you gave a whole perspective on both sides, all they could see was you hating on Layla. That's all they were going to see.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to see the whole picture. Layla's being pretty smart. I've said it before. She's using it.
Absolutely.
She ain't trying to
But can
fight
I
her.
ask y'all a question? My bad. It's
She
not
is
even
not
letting me
worried
clip
about
it.
Clarissa Shields.
Yeah,
She's
she's
not
trying to
worried
find
about
out. Clarissa beat the brakes off Layla, man. What are you
That's
talking
not. But this my
Layla
thing
ain't come
though.
back.
I hear what y'all. It's not letting me
about? Beat
copy and
her
paste the
even
damn link.
in her prime.
Say it again,
Uh,
Pay.
but this my issue, y'all. I know that Layla is not really thinking about Clarissa, but my thing is this. I'm looking at it from it's like how much can a person take from a person continuously disrespecting their name before they say something, and then when they say something, and all of a sudden the other person that they responded to becomes the victim.
No, but who said
No,
she was a victim
nobody's a
though?
victim. Yeah, nobody's a victim.
What?
Nobody said she was a victim.
Yeah, and Layla started the whole situation.
How
Oh,
did
It
Layla?
wasn't, it wasn't
hold
Clarissa.
on, boxing hacker. Nobody's saying Clarissa Shields was right. Nobody's saying she a victim. I'm not saying any of that. Only point I'm making is Layla is being petty, y'all, and it's like nobody understand that. And she used the quote unquote fake fight announcement to sell her cooking show. She used this receipt video to grow her YouTube channel. It's great marketing, y'all. I don't disagree with it, but all I'm saying is it's not like she just been sitting down absolutely quiet and Clarissa just been talking, and she got fed up and she had to come out and say something. No,
But
that's
can I
not what
ask y'all a
happened.
question?
She's done
When was the
interviews
last?
saying I need 15 million to even talk about it. She's never said I would never come back to boxing. I wouldn't fight. That's not what she's been saying.
But
She's
can I
been
ask
saying,
y'all? Go
Yeah.
ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. Two
She's
cents.
been saying, "Oh, I need 15 to 20 mil to even consider it. Oh, I knock her out." So, you know what I'm saying? It's not like she keeps saying, I don't know why she keeps saying that. I'm not fighting her. I'll never come back to boxing. That's the only point I'm trying to make.
But when was the? But this the thing though. How long was it before Layla Ali actually started back responding to Clarissa? Like it was a long gap because she left the shit alone. But then
Which Clarissa
again,
only said something with Clarissa say something.
Yeah.
Layla say something,
Yeah.
Clarissa say, but Clarissa she just that type of person. And that's another thing that I have an issue with. Like, for example, Adrian Broner, one of my favorite fighters. From his public persona, I do not like anything about Adrian Broner. I don't like how he acted public. I don't like how he got 1,000 baby mamas. I don't like how he just posted all those women business on the internet. I can't stand him. However, I would never sit on this internet and be like, AB need to be a man. He need to mature. He need to be graceful. He need to do this and he need to do. I would never do that because that's who he is as a person. So my thing I'm having is y'all keep telling her how she should be and how she need to be and then a, a bunch of men sitting on here trying to tell a woman how she should and how she need to be when she's in a combat sport and she's talking
Fact.
shit to somebody else about fighting.
but
Fact.
that's a person
And
that's
on
not no
top of
longer
that,
fighting though.
hold on. On top of that, you got the most insecure, need validation, unemotionally immature niggas I've ever met in my entire life on this internet trying to talk about Clarissa Shields. And y'all got the audacity. That's all I'm trying to say.
That
I'm
is
not
Well,
crazy work.
I agree, but
They are, yeah,
this
they
the
be
part
talking
I'm having an
crazy as
issue
hell,
with
man.
though. But like I don't understand. Like this the part I don't understand. If a person consistently lying on you, she say that she didn't support her. She actually got video evidence to show that she actually supported her when she was actually coming up. But yet you still go to the public and you keep saying shit about this woman, about her daddy wouldn't even want her as his daughter or whatever, or she wouldn't be nothing in this era and stuff like that. Like people not even asking you about her, but you bring her name up.
Here's the
Yeah,
other side of
I'm
that
not
story.
saying that's what
Paige,
I'm
here's
not.
the other
I
side of
don't
that
have.
story.
I don't have anything to argue with that. I'm not defending that.
Yeah,
I've been
but
saying
I
Clarissa
am.
Shields. Why is she? Hold on. I've been saying why is Clarissa Shields talking about and calling out Layla Ali. I've been said that.
Yeah.
Here's
But that's what she wanted to do, and it's what she wanted to do. But all I'm saying is, if that's how she is, and I'm gonna play y'all a video from Sean Zattel because he made an excellent point, and I want y'all to see that video. I was gonna make a video about it, I still might, but I want to show it on this live now that we're talking about this. But if that's how she is as a fighter, she's loud, she's boisterous, she always got to be recognized when other people recognize, and she got all this shit going on. Okay, then she just got it all going on. But to sit on here and be like, oh, she need to be graceful. She need to be this. She need to be that. She don't need to be shit. That's the only point that I'm trying to make. I'm not defending her. I'm not saying how she is okay. I've said several times, like, I probably wouldn't fuck with Clarissa Shields like that on a personal level because I don't really fool with people like that. But
Mhm.
I'm a fan of her as a boxer, and who she is who she is. I'm not gonna tell her what she needs to be. Just like as a woman, I can't sit on this internet and tell Adrian Broner who he needs to be.
That's true. Hey,
Right.
Susan, let
I
me talk
agree
on
with
something real
that.
quick. So, like, when people keep talking about the situation with Layla and Calista, right? Let's not forget, Layla was literally on the Breakfast Club saying that, hey, nobody can see her. You know, like, she literally was saying that Calista couldn't even see her
That's
in
not
boxing.
true.
It is true because I watched the
No,
episode
she
of the
was
Breakfast
never
Club.
talking about her, bro.
She said nobody in that division. What do you mean never?
She
It's not.
wasn't talking about Clarissa
Is
though.
Calista not part of the? Is Calista not part of the division? What are you talking about?
My
She was
nigga,
on.
she
She lit-
specifically said that she wasn't even talking about Clarissa
Who
at
She
was she
said
all.
talking about,
everybody.
babe?
Once you say
Who was she
everybody, you're
talking?
including
Hold on, time
Calista.
out. Let me tell
Once you
y'all.
say
Let me tell
everybody,
y'all what I
including
did.
Calista.
Let me tell y'all what I did, right? Because y'all think I just get heat for y'all about Clarissa Shields. I don't. My partner be calling me like, "What's up with your girl, man? What's she wearing?" Like my friends clown me all the time about Clarissa Shields because she be doing some dumb shit. They know I'm a fan. So hold on, Drew. Let me drop the link. What I was gonna say? Oh. I call one of my friends, right? And my friends we're very competitive. We can't even play board games with each other. Or we couldn't at one point. Maybe we could now since we older. But I told her the situation, right? I said, what, Layla, blah, blah, blah. I said, so if she sat on there and was like, listen, I stay in shape, but I don't plan on coming back to boxing. Plus, there's nobody there to inspire me to come back. Basically saying ain't nobody good enough for me to come back to, right? Right, Paige? That's what she
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
said,
I'm
right?
listening. I'm
That's true,
listening.
yeah.
So then she backdoors and give Clarissa Shields a compliment.
So that lets you know she's not talking about her then, right?
No, you say she
Because
exposed
again,
her
again,
and
behind the
Again, hold
scenes.
on, pay the full. Listen, bro,
Go
you
ahead.
gotta understand
I
when
want to talk
people
to. I want to talk to Two Cent, not boxing hacker. Go ahead.
you
what are you talking
you
about? I'll call
you
next
you
anyway.
you gotta understand when something is a slight or when somebody see. I don't know if y'all ever worked in corporate America, but I've worked in corporate America,
No,
and
I
I
do
know how
now. Go
people.
ahead.
I know how people do that underhanded compliment, nice,
Yeah.
nasty thing that they be
Mm-hmm.
doing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know how to, and women do that especially. Women do that especially, and so I'm not saying she meant it that way, but Clarissa took it that way. And all I'm saying is I understand how she could have taken it that way. I don't agree with how she responded because she
Right.
jumped out the window. And that's the issue with Clarissa Shields. She gets slighted and then she jumps out the window, which makes her look like the aggressor.
Right.
Uh, that's what makes her a
And
fighter, though.
that's when I was
That
saying, Two Cent,
that's
that's no different than
humanitarian when they're
that's no
champion.
different than you and your friend, like you said, y'all having board games, or y'all having issue with competition. Would you run
Yeah,
to
let
the
me tell
internet if you got your friend number behind the scenes? Would you run to the internet with that for your
They're not
response,
friends though.
or would you clarify with your friend what you were talking about before you react to what she said?
They're not even friends.
I just
Bro,
called
she
out my
was
They
friend.
were
bro.
This
Shut
they
up,
this
bro.
weren't
Stop
friends back
saying
then
that shit.
either.
Bro,
hold
they
on,
I
had
listen.
was
each
trying
other
to correct my
information
man.
behind the scenes. Do you not know that she was helping Carissa when she was coming up? What are you
But
talking
but
about, bro?
but that's what
She
I'm
had her
saying. It
How did she
don't
help
contact
her? Hey,
information.
This is what I'm
hey,
telling you,
how did she
paid in
help her?
full. Hold on, y'all. It doesn't matter what I would do. That's what she did. It doesn't matter what I would do. No, I wouldn't do that. But that's what she did. And
Tucson.
I and hold on. And
Yeah.
she shouldn't have did, or however you feel about it, whatever. But that's how she is as
When
a
when
competitor.
when Layla
And,
talks about Amanda Serrano, that's showing support. Look at how she talks about these other female fighters,
My
and look how she talks about
my
Clarissa,
nigga,
even
she
prior to
gave
this.
her that bridge
Bro,
was burnt.
eyes haven't fallen
What are
for a
you
minute.
talking about?
The way she
You can't expect nobody to keep
I
sticking
compare it to
around.
how like Mike Tyson sort of like talked to like Wilder or Floyd versus how he sort of like treats like a Pacquiao. You
So let
know,
me so let me
like
but
so
pay
the
the
two
full.
cent.
Hold
support
on, pay
level
the
is
full.
different.
But
I
let
don't
me
know,
say
maybe
this.
it's
Let me say
familiarity.
this. What's up, Jupe? Be more bully. I'm gonna let y'all go.
Hey,
But let me
Juke.
say this real quick, Paige. Let me say this.
Mhm.
What I was gonna say? Damn, I forgot.
I
What you
want
just
you to
said,
get it
boxing
out.
hacker?
So I said,
Listen,
yeah,
because she sat on the interview and she said she's not talented enough to beat me. I'd knock her out, and I could show her how to do it. But blah 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 blah. Right?
facts.
So why you ain't show me how to do it when we was cool then?
But see, okay, but the two cent. What you talking about is the Sway interview. That was after the shots were already taken.
But
She
listen to
started
what I'm
shooting though.
saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You said you could show me how to do it. Why you ain't show me how to do it when we was cool?
She tried to. She asked her to spar.
That was after.
No, that
That
was
was
before this even came to the internet. While they was still cool, she asked her if she wanted to spar. And
I
Clarissa
don't think they
said,
were
"Do you
still
want?"
cool.
And Clarissa actually on tape. She actually on tape
But
saying, "What?
listen,
You want
none
me
of
to
this is
spar?"
my but this what y'all
wait.
failing to realize. None of this is my argument. My argument ain't who started it. We could argue about that. My
No,
argument
I
is
got you.
none of that.
I
My
got you.
argument is I'm not even have an argument. I'm just pointing out the shit Layla's doing because people sitting here acting like she just was sitting there with her legs crossed and her hands folded. No. And she's using Clarissa Shield name to promote whatever she's doing. And I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying that that's what she's doing too. I'm telling y'all right now,
I can agree with that.
Layla Ali probably ain't no Clarissa Shield said half of that shit till they put that video together and she watched it all. Layla Ali is not sitting around here worried
Hmm?
about what Clarissa Shields is saying about her because it's Clarissa's opinion. If Clarissa feel like she can beat you, that's her opinion. If Clarissa feel like you ain't fight nobody, that's her opinion. If she can have whatever opinion she wants about
Two cent, you
Layla
still
Ali, I
there?
don't
Cause you
care.
cut out.
Yeah,
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah,
I can hear
yeah.
you. No, it
Yeah,
might be your connection
yeah, she
problem.
can have whatever opinion she wants, in my opinion. But all I'm saying is we're not gonna sit here and like I'm not even gonna point out how petty that 30-minute video was. Like I don't
It,
listen, I don't care what Clarissa Shields did. You took the time out to hire a team, edit all those clips, put them together, write a script, talk about you. Look at this shit, y'all. Look at this.
That
Hold
was
on.
just brilliant what she did.
You have a
Look.
clear
there
picture
was
of what our relationship was and what exactly happened in the past that led to today. Now, do you believe I'm jealous of her accomplishments? So in part 2, I'm going to discuss that $15 million offer and finally answer the question everyone wants to know. Will I be coming back to boxing to get that knockout? If you want to know when part 2 drops, turn on your notifications.
Layla, is you gonna fight or not?
That's what it
Don't
is.
come back, Layla.
That's
You
exactly.
don't
She
want
got
them kind
everybody
of
waiting.
problem. You don't want them kind of
She
problem.
got
What's
everybody.
So
so now
she
now I
already
agree with
knocked
you
her
with
out.
that.
hold on.
She
Hold on,
already
be more.
knocked out.
What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? Be more bully.
Look, man, I'm gonna say it like this. Layla handled that like the seasoned pro, like the seed of Ali. That's that Ali swagger. She gonna carry it like that and be like that. That's how she was when she used to box, and that's how she is, period. She sat back and she let her run her lip and talk all types of shit about her and didn't say a word for years. Then when she get on and she do an interview to promote something else, look what happens. They go here and they bring up Clarissa and what she said about her. So she not supposed to respond.
Who
That's my
said that?
only issue.
And that
Who
happened on
said that?
both interviews.
Who
She
said
went
she's
on,
not supposed to respond, y'all?
huh?
Who said she's not supposed to respond?
No, I'm
No, but
saying
I'm
y'all saying
saying,
she
no,
petty
what
for
I'm
what
saying
she
is the way
y'all
people
saying she
acting
petty
like
for her editing that video. I'm
It
saying
is
that's
petty.
that's her way of responding back to her.
that's her way of responding. And she bought receipts. She bought a timeline.
That's the issue.
I didn't say
And
listen, y'all.
she was the one who put her on. But went to the studio, the producers of that show. It is a boxer from out of Flint, Michigan. Can
That's
we
like
do a
biting the hand that
story
feeds
on
you,
her?
bro.
So y'all think
Bingo.
Shields needed Layla Ali? Clarissa Shields did not need Layla Ali, y'all. Huh?
Clarissa Shields went to Layla. So Layla went
She
on,
did.
took her, and put her out there
She
and
did.
gave her a step up. Then she gave her advice on building her brand,
Yep. And
on how
everything
to
that was
promote herself.
So
yep.
what does all of this mean? Why y'all saying all this? Hold on, let
I'm
me give
saying all this to put out
shout
the
out
fact
to
that Clarissa been lying her ass off from the beginning
Yeah, she been lying, bro.
and
shout out
clout
Snoop with the
chasing.
$10 in the super chat with the $10 says Layla definitely being petty and using it to market herself. Just like Clarissa used Layla name for years. She proved in 4 days
Exactly.
how Clarissa used her name for years. If it's
I don't
good for the
disagree with
group,
that.
shout out to group. But that's what I'm saying. Like y'all keep talking like, oh, shout out to Big Dog Willie with the $2 worth of cap in the super chat. Tank
Oh
beat J
man.
Paul with a backward knee hammer. Shout out Big Dog
Man,
Willie.
Hey,
that nigga
his
the most
real
But
name
pointless
is
nigga, bro.
his
we
real
don't
name
have
is Houseman Willie.
we don't have to keep running down the list and this and that. And I will tell y'all this. I've had mentors in my life that have sabotaged me from moving up and doing things that I need to do because they were in position and they could. Now, I learned a lot from this person. I learned a ton from this person about life, about my marriage, about making money, a ton of things. I don't talk to that person no more because their character was questionable. Just because you quote unquote help somebody, that don't mean hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. That just because you hold on, yeah, I got a caller.
No, you
Hold on,
good too,
caller.
sir.
I'm gonna be right with you. Hold on, caller. Just because somebody's a mentor to you or they help you or this and that, that don't mean shit for real. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not saying in Layla's position, just like Uh, Mayweather was a mentor to Tank. Look at the bullshit he did to Tank. So we're not gonna sit here and act like it's
Yep.
because somebody
I
mentoring you
agree.
and like they the best person and got the best character. That's not what that shit means. Somebody mentoring you, you learn what you learn from that person, you this and that from that person, and you move on and do what you need to do. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I get it. She mentored her, she helped her, and all this and all that. I'm not saying I don't care. I don't care about that part of the argument. I'm just pointing out what Layla is doing, just like Juke just said. She is definitely being petty, and she's definitely using Clarissa Shields to market what she's doing. Because guess what? If she didn't make that video about Clarissa Shields, she wouldn't have 20,000 subscribers on her new
But that's the
channel.
issue though, because but she always had motion though. So I agree with what
So
some of the
how
stuff
many
y'all
times you see
saying.
her cooking show, Paige? How many times you seen her cooking show,
I
I
Paige?
see it
have.
a lot.
Let me know when I can get
I
in.
have.
Let me know when I can get in.
I seen it a
Go
lot,
ahead,
but I
Juke.
ain't really pay
Go ahead,
attention
Juke.
to it like that.
Go ahead, Juke.
Hey, so me and you rarely disagree. I disagree slightly with what you're saying. Like I said, I agree that Layla's being petty. And I think that, but the fact that she hadn't been over years, because I mean, I've been following Clarissa Shields, and just like you're a fan of Clarissa Shields, I'm a huge fan of Clarissa Shields. I remember buying her first pay-per-view, which was all she had the first, I always credit her with this. She put a lot of women on herself, and she had the first all-women pay-per-view card during the pandemic. And I was so proud of her, and I'm still proud of her, and I'm still gonna go to bat for her. But I just feel like at the end of the day, I'm never gonna like go against the truth. And the truth of the matter is, yes, is Layla being petty? Yes. But she also earned the right to be petty? Absolutely. So I just don't understand like why everyone is surprised. Like the difference is that, and I've been watching Layla. I remember watching Clarissa's press conferences for other fights, and she would just invoke Layla's name without prompt,
Facts.
without anyone questioning her. And I'm doing this, and Layla couldn't and did it. Like she's
Yeah.
going at this woman for a long time. And so if you go at me for years and I say, you know what, I'm gonna when I respond, I'm gonna make it worth my time. Not only am I going to come with the facts and the receipts, and I'm going to go do it in a quick little 15-minute blah, blah, blah. I'm going to bring receipts so you can't say I'm lying. And I'm going to make it worth my mouth, make it worth my time. Because I will say one thing about Layla Ali, she's a marketer, baby. Her and her daddy, she gets from her daddy. They don't play about their time. If they take their time out, and she said in the video, if I take my time out to address anything, you better believe I'm making money off of it. Which is why she didn't go back and forth in the mud with Clarissa all those years. She said, and that's the art of delayed gratification. That it's an art form. If anybody want to know in business, even in hip hop,
Genius. It was genius, Drew. It's
it
genius.
was genius because it's the smart way to go. I'm gonna let you run your mouth about me. You know what? A perfect example of this, and I don't know how much hip hop fans.
Somebody got a mute.
Drake verse K-Dot versus Kendrick. That was example. I'm gonna let you keep running and running and running, and I'm gonna sit back and then hit you with something that you can't do nothing with. And that's what she did, and she had the facts and the receipts to prove it. So I know we say that it doesn't matter who did what first, but it does, because if I was a mentor to you, like the example you used with Tank and like your own personal situation and the example with Tank and Floyd, I get that. But in this case, Layla literally did nothing to this woman. And the one time she said, I would knock her out, I would blah, 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 was after Clarissa went after her. Like she had went after her for a while. Like Layla didn't even respond to the first time Clarissa did it. She responded at the fifth time she did it. So for her to say I would knock her out, it's not because she's a fighter at heart, and of course you're going to defend yourself. And you've been tearing my name apart like I'm just some jealous heifer. And a good point that Layla said was that if I'm jealous of you, she said, you're not the only person who has surpassed me in terms of accolades. I would be mad at everybody.
Right.
She had
I thought about that when
that's a good point. So I don't think. So the only thing I'm saying is that Clarissa, I think that Clarissa wants to be the GOAT. And I mean, that's the term she created, is hers. And it was funny, Layla never even contested it. She was calling herself the GOAT. Layla never contested it. It wasn't until Clarissa kept taking shots and trying to tear down Layla's character that she responded, and that's reasonable. Actually, most people would have went at you way sooner. She literally
Yep.
said, I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I do cooking shows and I'm a media personality. Boxing, we know she ain't coming back. Come on, let's be real. Like she's been retired longer than Clarissa's been fighting. I want everybody to put that into their brain.
I don't
Since
know why.
2007.
She's been I'm not saying because she looks amazing for her age. She looks amazing. All
Yep.
I'm saying is that I can't get mad at her for responding and doing it in a way that's better. And that's why Clarissa loves to argue.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't argue. That's why she said, well, let's just fight. Anybody else? She goes back and forth. She couldn't. Layla cleaned her up so well that she couldn't. She has no rebuttal. All she can do is say, let's fight. And I understand that because you're the younger fighter. Again, Layla Ali is closer to 50. She has been retired for almost 2 decades. That is the equivalent of let's say I don't know what's his name, Holyfield, critiquing sports right now, and Usyk saying, "Yeah, I'll fight you right now. Let me show." Like that's the equivalent. That's not sexy. That's not cool. I'm not giving you no props for calling out somebody who's been retired 20 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She can say what she wants. She earned the right. Just like our male legends have earned the right to critique what they want. She does too. Floyd gonna critique and say what he want. Do I think he has to come back if Bud suddenly decides he wants? No.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. We have to give the same respect we give to our male legends. We gotta give it to our female legends too. So that's all I'm saying. So I get it. Now, can she come back? Does she look really, really good in shape? Yes, but this woman has had a baby. She's close to 50 years old. She has a grown child. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it's ridiculous if you think about it. Because people are about to judge Tank for potentially fighting Pacquiao. But we're telling Clarissa it's okay to fight Layla Ali, who hasn't fought in 18 years.
Right.
No,
Like,
I don't
doing that.
want to even. This is the thing, right? You're right, Jupe, and I don't disagree. Like the only thing I want to point out is like Layla's being petty and she's using it. That's the only point I'm really trying to make
Oh
because
she definitely being petty, and I love
Yeah,
it.
you definitely correct with that.
You're supposed to use it.
yeah.
Wait,
I don't
but
think we are.
but people mad at me because of that, and I'm like, y'all want it because they won't look at they just like it's Clarissa. Like no, she being petty. So I'm not saying she shouldn't be. I'm not saying she ain't deserve. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just
Hey,
pointing out the shit on her side too, but I don't understand why Clarissa Shields feels she needs to fight Layla Ali. It makes
I
absolutely
don't
no
either. And that's the
sense.
thing, no, and you're right though. Layla is being petty. And I think she like, if I'm gonna take my time, I'm gonna be petty and I'm gonna make money. And that's the business side of her. I respect it. That's an OG there. And I wish Clarissa take some notes and use that, put that in her little pocket and use that later down the line. But
right.
I'm just saying that's a cool fight, but when we will never know. I'm sorry, like again, Layla has been retired longer than Clarissa's been
But
fighting.
why she keep teasing the fight announcement, Juke?
Because why not? You keep invoking my
Promotion.
name. I was minding my business cooking for my husband and my child. You kept calling my name. Why not?
May I say something real quick?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We got a caller on the line. I gotta let him go. He been on hold. Caller, say your name and where you're from. Put a one in the chat if you can hear the caller.
Joseph Suave. We'll put a
Joseph Suave, what up?
What up, family? How y'all doing?
Man, y'all don't know.
What's
Joseph
up?
used to be. Joseph is a day one. We would be on. It'd be me and Joseph on my live stream. Just me and him. Me and 3 other people. Be 5 of us, and Joseph be on the live. We be chit chatting it up. What up, Joseph? What you got for the show?
I ain't got too much. I think for everything I've been hearing and what I've observed over the years as far as where I fought all the boxers and stuff, I just think that I think later been strategic in a certain sense as far as money, but at the same time, we got to understand it's the error thing. This errors, you know what I'm saying? Clarissa shouldn't even want to fight later. She should never called her out, period, based on the error level. That's and I know boxers are very they're very competitive, and they like when they hear another boxer's name too much, they want to wreck with that boxer. You know what I'm saying? Just because they hear the other boxers being called out and being named and being praised by even people in their own camp. They just gotta let it go, you know what I'm saying? Because later, for real, I think she really rocked with Clarissa at one time, but it got to the point where Clarissa was, as far as I'm concerned, I think Clarissa could beat her point wise. But I think Layla can hit harder than her for real. It would make a good fight, but you know, it's nothing that should have been taken that serious over the years. Period. Every time you have these commentators, and a lot of commentators don't even say too much. They don't even bring it up. It's just them. They the only ones that bring it up. You know,
Yep.
and it's like they know something we all don't know. For real, Layla's a legend, but at the same time, you know, she gotta respect the fact that that's a young person letting off steam. You know, want to be a legend like her, and that's my opinion.
All right, Joseph, thank you for coming
Hey,
up.
Joseph.
I'm telling y'all, this is Bill Haney fault.
Nah. But let me say something real
I'm
quick.
gonna bring.
But you know what?
Listen,
Bill
come on,
got
guys, let me say
a
something real
long
quick.
task ahead of him. Leave Bill alone. Let him
Wait.
do what he got going on.
I just want to
But
say
you know
something real
what?
quick,
You
y'all.
said,
One second, guys. So I just want
Hold
to say
on. Go
something.
ahead,
Right?
Mr. Greg. Hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Greg.
I actually don't think they ever were cool with each other. Ever. I think they were
That's what I'm
tolerant of.
saying.
I think they were tolerant of each other. I think sooner or later this was going to happen, which it has
Mm-hmm.
happened in terms of the back and forth. But it was too much time. There's too much of an age gap for a real fight to take place. So this is the fight that actually is taking place, the back and forth, which Carissa is losing badly to. But that was
But guess
all
what?
going to happen because of the skill level of playing on in public relations.
I
Carissa has not
disagree,
mastered
and
I
I
clear
hate
yet.
that. I
disagree.
hate that ideology. I
I
disagree.
disagree. I
Okay.
Hold on.
disagree.
Let me let Boxing Hacker go, and then y'all
Yeah.
could do. And man, Clarissa said some more stupid shit today. I'm telling y'all, it's tough being a fan of Clarissa Shields. She stay embarrassing you. She stay
Nah,
embarrassing you.
I
But
like
go
Cliff,
ahead,
man.
Boxing Hacker.
I'll say this, right? People always want to say like Clista was shitting on Layla and this and that, right? But let's put in context what really happened, right? On this started from the Breakfast Club interview with Layla Ali.
Nope.
We're
Remember
not
It was
all?
going
before
through
that.
all that.
Nope.
We don't care about why it
No,
got
It's
it
not
started.
started.
true.
No,
Boxing
I
Hacker.
just want to make. I just
It
want to
didn't
preface
start
the
from the
point.
Breakfast Club.
Listen,
No,
Hold
she
on,
said
hold on,
no.
guys, hold
time
on.
out,
That's
time out, time
false.
out, time out, time out. Everybody already have where they feel like it started from, Boxing Hacker. We don't need to rehash that argument.
No,
We don't
I
need to
mean,
rehash that argument.
so just to put it in perspective, Layla Ali said she didn't say, "Oh, if I was younger, I would beat these girls." She didn't say, "Oh, back in my day, they wouldn't be able to see me." Layla Ali was
Oh
like,
boy.
"They can't see me. That's why I'm not coming back." Clifton
But
Shields, all
That is
Clifton Shields did. Wait,
bro,
guys,
she been
all
said that when
hold
she
on.
retired though, bro. She
No,
said
no,
that
no.
same
Wait,
shit
wait.
before.
Let
That's
me
why she
speak.
retired.
Can I have my time back? Can I have my time back? So
reclaiming my time.
yeah, please. Thank you, thank you. So like, all Clifton did, Clifton Shields said was stand on it. She was just like, "You say that you're better than me, and you that I'm no challenge. Stand on it." Literally,
Yeah, but
that's
she
what
jumped
Clifton
out the
Shields
window.
been
She
saying.
jumped out the window.
She jumped
No,
out
Boxing
the
but
Hacker.
wait,
window,
She jumped
she
bro.
out the
never.
window.
No, she never. No, because she has never
Man, get this
insulted
Robbie.
Layla Ali. She's never insulted her.
Yeah,
She didn't
she
I
insult
mean,
her.
man, go
are you
on,
kidding
bro.
me?
Shut up, man.
She
Shut
said,
up.
She
hold on, hold
did.
on.
She
When
did.
Y'all
she said the
don't let
things
Boxing
about her
Hacker
father,
Let me
let
speak.
Boxing
when
Hacker
she said
finish so I
Boxing
can go
Hacker,
ahead and clean him on up.
hold
Yeah,
on,
hold
hold
on.
on, because
No,
I don't want to rehash this. We don't listen. When she
no,
said
because
some of that stuff
people are
about
making it like Chris is on this attack on Layla Ali. Layla
no,
Ali
she
started
said
the whole.
something. Some of the stuff she said, I'm like, okay, she just calling her out. But when she said stuff about her daddy and some of the
Right,
other stuff
bro.
she said that was taking it too far, it's like, come on, Clarissa, like you tripping. Just leave Layla Ali. I promise you. I kept saying every time she said something about Layla, I would scratch my face up like, what the fuck is you talking about? Why is you talking about Layla Ali? But let me ask y'all
Okay.
a question. Would that be the biggest fight in women's boxing we've ever had?
Yes.
An
Yeah.
exhibition fight.
No,
Yes.
I would say no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
An
Okay, this is
exhibition
my
Either
fight.
question.
either
And
that
who's
or Alicia Baumgartner.
Alicia
right?
was
Thank
That's
you.
good. That's too
potential. So
small.
let me just tell y'all something is okay. So I'm not even gonna go into what Boxing Hacker said because I really can prove facts of that he's wrong. However, let that go to say this. Clarissa has repeatedly said that Layla was not even the best in her era. It was Ann Wolf. So if it's really about the best
Oh,
versus
yeah.
the best, why are you not trying to fight Ann Wolf?
I know that's
Exactly.
weird
Because
too, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Layla's the one
That's what I'm saying. It's some personal stuff there, because if you're saying that Layla was not even the best of her era and it was Ann Wolf, then if it's about you want to see who's the best versus the best, then why should you keep bringing up Layla?
Exactly.
It's
It's
not
Like, why are
because
jealousy,
you not
bro.
trying to fight Ann Wolf? I'm not understanding.
it's not
Bro,
about her.
she's jealous of her because the simple fact, bro, Layla
She
Ali has never had no beef out since she stopped boxing, bro. What other beef has Layla Ali had
Layla
outside
Ali has
Ann
had
Wolf?
beef,
None.
bro.
Yo, okay,
She don't even.
let's say
She don't
like
even
She
beef.
been
She done
doing
People
supported
forget
so
about
many
her.
other
been
different
People forget
female
about her.
boxers.
amazing. She been
Wait.
She
trying
done
to get
supported.
out of boxing. She been trying to get her. She been trying to steer her brand away from boxing. The reason why she
Then
can't
why
get
make
out of
that
it
comment?
is because of people like Clarissa.
Why make the comment? Why say
But she
there's
definitely,
nobody
she
there's
definitely
Because
not
nobody
and
scared
over
of
what
her?
made
nobody
the
Exactly.
comment?
boxing now.
Okay,
Don't make
now
the
hold on.
comment.
Let me respond. You said why make the comment?
Yes.
Because they asked her, "Yo, Clarissa Shields said this about you." And they replayed the message of Clarissa talking shit about Layla,
That's
and
not
Layla
where it started.
responded. So you're asking why did she say
That's
it?
not where it
It's
started,
because
y'all.
no,
That
you
is where
said
it started,
it's
Hacker.
No,
Okay,
because
a hacker, I told you we wasn't doing this shit, bro. I don't want to
you're
talk
going
about
to
how it
lose.
started.
Let it go,
but
hacker.
but then we don't know how who's
Bro, it doesn't matter.
Because the
Right,
Breakfast Club
Don't
you right.
matter,
asked
bro.
Layla
Boxing hacker,
about
we
what
not
Clarissa
talking about that.
said. Had they not done that, Layla would have never said what she said. It's on
Exactly.
film.
So
Clarissa
does
kicked
that
it
make?
off.
I'm
That's a
sorry.
fact. There's no way around it. You can't debate it. Let it go. Let's move on.
it's not a fact. But what
Here's a
Tiffany
fact. It's
Oh
wants
on
my
camera.
God,
Like,
bro.
it's not
come
a
on,
fact.
hacker, don't do
You guys
that.
we're only
It's on camera.
Everybody up
But
here
boxing
know where
hacker,
it
you in
started from,
timeout, bro.
bro.
You in timeout till we change the subject because you keep
Like,
rustling
God
up the panel. I
damn.
keep telling you we're not arguing about that, bro.
Like he
We're
wants to
not
argue
arguing
with
about
something
that.
that's
Yeah.
on camera. It's crazy.
So I'll go back to it. What I said again. With all of this being done, does that make y'all think that they ever were real cool?
I think so.
I
Before
think
because
so. I think
I
they
don't think
were.
that she had no. I don't think Layla Ali had no issue with
No,
no
I'm talking
boxing
about both
Never.
because
of
Me
them.
neither.
I'm talking about
But
both of them.
yes,
Both
because
of them,
she
I don't
support.
know.
they probably
I
had a
don't think
nice,
she would have.
nasty
I don't think
relationship.
she would have let her come on her show if she really had an issue with her
She
like that.
blew up her
Exactly.
own money to promote. Okay, this is the thing too. This is another thing that bothers me. It's the same thing I have in problem I have with female when women rapping. There's always this idea that y'all don't really like each other. It's like there's always this soul. It's like especially with men, and no disrespect, but like there's always this sense that y'all really don't like each other, and it's really a problem. I don't think that was the case. They were because again, we've only if you follow it, like I got introduced to Clarissa through Layla. And to me, it was very genuine, and there was no problem. Well, okay, I knew about her like Olympic days, right? But like when on the professional level, and she promoted her a lot. When she gave her dad an award, she made sure that Clarissa was up there on the stage. Like she went out her way. If you don't have a problem with someone, why would you bring this woman on the stage during a major moment for the goat, not a goat, the goat? So I don't think there was a problem. I think that, and I love Clarissa. I think that she just has moments where she feels like she has to buck. There are people sometimes who feel like if to rise, you have to buck certain people to stand out on your own. She might have
Mhm.
mentality, and I've seen that in other areas of her life, which I do not want to go into. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
go there because there's a pattern here. There's a pattern, but I'm gonna shut up.
Juke, real quick. Do you think it's
Yeah, but
that?
let me say this.
Do
Let me
do you
say
think
this.
it's
And this,
main person
hold
syndrome?
on, Banda. Let me say this, right? And this is real. A lot of times people have to be certain ways and create their character a certain way to survive their environment.
Facts.
However she was able to survive her environment. Think
Absolutely.
about it. She's a female boxer.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't find her attractive and her hair was all scraggly and her teeth was all messed up. She was in Flint, Michigan. They don't even have fucking clean drinking water. She damn near from a world country. So that whatever, and she was molested, all this stuff she went through, whatever she was that she built up to survive that and be able to come out of that to get to where she is, She hasn't changed that. And I've been following Clarissa since her first Olympics. I'm talking about when they showed the house she lived in and all this stuff. And I would watch her on live and on social media talk about how her family mad at her because she can't get them tickets to come to the Olympics. Like, she has a very toxic family. And I'm not defending her, but the only point I'm trying to make is she became the person who she was to survive her environment, and she hasn't changed. Well, no, I take that back. She's changed a little. She's
No, she
matured. No,
hasn't.
hold on. No, yes, she has. I've been following her since the Olympics. She's changed a little and she's matured a little. However, she needs to grow. Like, the more income you receive, the more you need to start growing as a person. And unfortunately, because rappers and sports figures are able to get a lot of money without having to change who they are to accumulate that money, they stay stuck in those same bad ways, those bad habits. They never change because they don't have to. They don't have to change to get the money that they want. They can stay the same person that they are. And so now I'm starting to see she's changing to something, in my opinion, that's even worse than what she was before, because now she got the money, she got the attention, and she's getting the fame, and all of the negative shit she's doing is what's getting her that. She's getting all of this attention because of how negative she is, how silly she looking, and all this stupid shit. She going viral on the
Yeah.
blogs, she doing this, she doing that, and it's not a good look to me. But again, I can't tell her how to be and how to act, because whatever she was doing before, she wasn't getting as much attention. Whatever she's doing now, she's getting as much attention. So I don't know
I'm
what to tell y'all. Like, attention is what pays these days. Social media, you want to go viral, you want to do all this extra shit, and that's what she's doing. People don't like it. But I don't think you can like her or you cannot like her. That's cool. But to try to tell somebody what they need to be graceful and all this other bullshit these niggas been saying the last couple of days on this internet, I don't agree with that. And because I don't agree with that, people saying I'm defending her, and I'm not, because I don't agree with how she acts either. However, just like Adrian Broner, I'm not gonna sit on here and tell somebody what they need to be and how they need to be. I'm not gonna do that.
I agree. But I think Clarissa, she's just a competitor at heart. And I don't think that I don't think that she like nobody saying that somebody is better than her. And the reason why I said that, because I'm from Michigan. I'm like 2 hours from where Clarissa used to stay at in Flint. And she was more so like she's so much of a competitor to the point that she was like, she came back to Flint one time or whatever, and she had made a post or whatever, and was like, I guess this female was talking shit about her or whatever. Just a lot of females in Flint was talking shit about her. And she was like, I give anybody 15 to 20K if they could beat my ass in a street fight. And I'm like, and she famous as hell at this time. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't think nobody about to get out there with you and rumble like that. But yeah, I just know that she's just a competitor at heart, bro. I don't think she
And
just like the fact nobody saying that they're better than her or heard anybody saying that they better than her.
and
So
I get
all
it.
of this is just because she's competitive. That's what you feel.
No, I
Can't
personally,
reach.
okay. I think she's a competitor. I think everyone. And this is what's so surprised. This is why I'm so. I don't have a problem with people like I don't have a problem with how Clarissa decides to show up and how she decides to present herself. I've defended Clarissa from even Serrano. I feel like Serrano has been kind of sneaky towards her before. I defended her. At the end of the time, I defended her against Alicia sometimes. If you're right, you're right. You're wrong, you're wrong. Okay, I'm a fan of certain boxers, but at the end of the day, I'm a fan of boxing way longer before I even knew these people. So that's just what it is with me. So I think I tend to be, for the most part, like I don't think I'm as biased, right? So all I'm saying is that I don't have a problem with Clarissa what she do, but we can't then get mad at Layla for responding. Like, again, she's still a champion. Like, you think you're gonna contact Larry Holmes and tell him, yeah, so and so would have beat you there, and they're not gonna respond in a certain way? Like, come on, like this is like, I think the problem is that we are not used, because women boxing is newer. We're not used to seeing the legends and giving and revering them in the same respect. Because had someone talk crazy to, if you talk crazy to not even Pacquiao. If you take these names out and put the same situation and you tag in male like male legends, had you said okay, instead of Carissa, it's Bud, and instead of Layla, it's Sugar Ray. Like it wouldn't even be no one would be like, oh no, Sugar Ray got to come out and show that he can
be more
love.
bully. Put yourself on
It
mute,
wouldn't
bro.
happen.
That ain't me. What you talking about?
Oh,
It's banned up.
That's crazy. But that just wouldn't. It just wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a thing. And I just like it is a thing because they're women. Because Layla looks good for her age, and okay. Perfect example. Remember when Anthony Joshua and Lennox Lewis had their back and forth? No one expected Lennox Lewis to come out of retirement to fight Anthony Joshua because, again, remember, he was a mentor. It's almost to the T. He tried to mentor him. He said whatever. Anthony Joshua claimed that Lennox Lewis was jealous of him. No one expected Lennox Lewis to come out of retirement and fight freaking Anthony Joshua. But for some reason, one is Layla. Oh, no, you have to. And she's being petty. Was Lennox petty in certain moments? Yes. Was Layla petty? Yes. Because they're fighters. I don't understand why the shock is. It's just the fact that Layla had the receipts to back it. And we all know that Clarissa ain't got no argument against it because it's a fact. It's unarguable. At the end of the day, Layla's right. You started it. She finished it. So far as the argument, you guys can't fight. Or unless Layla wants to just go ahead and fight with osteoporosis or whatever at this age. Fine.
Juke.
But here's the thing, though. Like,
wait, Hacker.
Hold on, Hacker.
I want to ask you something.
Go ahead, Mr. Greg.
Are you saying and seeing that it's Layla who's getting the flack about this? Because what I'm seeing is Carissa's catching the hell.
Yeah, that's again.
No. What I'm saying is, I think what's happening is that public perception is leaning towards Layla, but you have people who are diehard Clarissa fans like myself, just not me, who are like, oh, well, and now they're trying to turn into like, because she lost the battle of public perception, she lost the word battle that she's been leveraging at Layla for all these years. She lost that battle. And because she lost that battle, the only way to get a one-up is to physically fight in the ring, which we know is not a fair fight because, again, Layla has been retired for 18 years. So all I'm saying is, she's getting, Carissa's getting cooked. Yeah. And she didn't have to. She could have left it alone. This woman has brought up Layla 1,000 times. Layla been trying to transition to a chef, and you just kept you. Sometimes you keep picking and she dropped euphoria on you. I'm sorry, she dropped euphoria on you, and you're not gonna win. You're gonna have to knock her out in the ring. Which, if she don't want to fight her, like, I get people saying, she's doing all this, but she's teasing a fight, but what a fight. She can do what the heck she wants. You summoned her. She was minding her business. You summoned her. It's like I don't expect Larry Holmes to come out and prove that he's better than Usyk or Holyfield to come out and prove he's better than Usyk. I don't expect Layla to come out and prove that she's better than Clarissa.
Yeah, I just think Clarissa
was the one who started the whole situation. I don't know why everybody's acting like Clarissa's the one who started.
It doesn't matter.
Boxing Hacker, get the hell off my panel with that shit, bro. We're not talking about it. Come on, man. What
we keep talking about? Oh, no, you started it. Nope, you started it. Oh, you started it. No, you started it. Man, I'm going with that shit.
How long y'all think this is going to go on until part 2 comes?
Yeah, I think when that comes, I think it's gonna die down because what I think is gonna kill it. I think because she's not actually gonna come back, and I don't expect her to come back, bro. Like,
I wonder what the new deal is going to be that she's going to announce when she does the part 2. That's what I'm wondering about.
I mean, hey,
I don't know. The cooking show must not be doing too good.
That's what
to me, it's not
a cooking show must not be hitting them.
Man, you fucking too sick gonna say that cooking show must not be doing.
Because I haven't seen it yet, so I'm just saying maybe, but I haven't even bothered to watch it. I'm just
shots fired.
Maybe it's a movie coming. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, maybe they in cahoots. I always think somebody in cahoots.
It's possible. Or Layla about to sell us all kind of cakes and pies and cleaning. She about to like, hey, let me tell y'all can eat clean. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was watching her show. She do have some great ways to like keep things flavorful and healthy. Just to let y'all know. As we get older, we need that. So I think she was trying to transition, and I don't think she's gonna come back. I think it would be it would be ill advised for her to come back. So again, it's one thing to age, was the women like this woman she's had a baby.
But a lot of women, I'm not saying Layla, but like women boxers and shit. Remember back in the day, a lot of those women didn't start boxing until they were older.
That's true, and that's why. But they judged them. They said, "Oh, these women were trash because they had to." We gotta remember that these women couldn't get into the sport till like later, and so Layla looks in great shape, and that's another thing too. We keep talking about how like she was saying how she was in 168, but Layla said the reason she retired was because she felt like there was no other competition in 168, and then also she was trying to keep her weight down. She's in her almost 50. The chances of her cutting down to 168 or cutting down to a certain weight is going to be hard, way harder. So like, just don't see it. I mean, she can, but she's going to she has not taken a punch in 18 years.
Shields can fight at 175, can't she?
But she has not taken a punch in almost 20 years. That's different.
So how do you guys feel about? How do you guys feel about
I'm joking.
But she's not in fight.
How do y'all feel about Layla asking for money for a fight?
Man, listen. I don't want to see Clarissa Shields fight Layla Ali.
No,
that fight.
She didn't ask for money.
That fight is 30 times as worse as Tank and Jake Paul. 100 times as worse.
Right, and the same people who judge Tank 24/7 are saying how Clarissa says certain things. They out there crying about Jake Paul, who's younger, bigger, stronger than Tank. You're crying about the possibility of him fighting Pacquiao, but when you want osteoporosis, I'm not saying she has it, but you're at that age when those women, vitamin D,
yes, you are, Drew.
You know what I'm saying? We premenopausal. They want a premenopausal, potentially osteoporosis ridden woman.
She in training camp with hot flashes.
So wait,
you want this woman to have hot flashes?
You fucked up.
You want to tell me that Tank wrong for fighting someone who's bigger than him and stronger than him, but I have to sit there and take Geritol and fight?
So wait,
let me get Sin Ironheart in here. Go ahead, Sin Ironheart.
What's happening, Sin?
What's going on with everybody?
What's going on with you?
What up, Sin?
My nigga Sin was good, bro.
What the business is, man?
I was listening, man. I was just listening in on everybody giving their perspective, man. I just wanted to touch on, I think Drew touched on it a little bit or a key factor, but I just think that the whole Clarissa Ali shit, I think it's a snack trend going on. And I think it's like a lack of confidence issue that everybody is dealing with over there. So you got a certain stable. I just see all of them. They're kind of willing to fight people that's past their primes to solidify themselves rather than fight their counterparts right now or fight anybody that's relevant to them right now. I think that Clarissa is really trying to leverage the Ali name to be immortalized into the sport as a great, because that name is bigger. It doesn't matter where she's at in her career. Just having Ali on her resume is bigger than any other name that she can get right now to her.
That is fucking ridiculous.
To her. That's how I think she feels. And that's why she's coming at Lala Ali as though she's 28 years old when she's really 48. And I just see that, along with, compile that with like Devin, but compile that with snack fighters calling Victor Conti alone when they're calling themselves great, exalting themselves over legends from past, present, and future. Or, let's not say legends, but they're exalting themselves over everybody, calling themselves great, but they know that Victor Conti is going to be an asterisk to their name. But they still will, they still going to exalt themselves over everybody without really being willing to fight everybody that is in their current landscape. However, if Devin could get a fight with Floyd Mayweather right now, damn well he would get it, and he would wear it as though he fought Floyd Mayweather in his prime, and he would elect himself on Mount Rushmore. The same way Terrence Crawford just beat Canelo, somebody whose ass we've seen whip before. And in worse fashion. But
Canelo's younger than that man. Stop it.
but he wanted to elect himself for Mount Rushmore. What was your what was you saying, Banda?
Hold on.
Canelo's
Rich,
younger than him.
Rich.
We are not doing that shit.
Canelo's younger than who?
Layla are nothing the same. Layla's hella older. Let's not do
Victor
it.
Conte
Canelo's younger than who?
Canelo's younger than Bud.
Who's talking
Canelo's
about
younger, but so
Canelo
that makes even less sense because he wanted to elect himself on Mount Rushmore after beating Canelo, somebody that we've seen beaten before, and he's younger than Bud. So that makes even less sense to put yourself on Mount Rushmore over other motherfuckers who have done more than you.
Hold on, let me
accolades that somebody was at a higher weight.
Hold on, Band Up. Rich, stop throwing rocks in my chat before you get timed out, bro.
Victor Conte in the conversation is diabolical. That's crazy.
But
on the flip side, Juke, everybody, would that be the biggest fight we've ever seen in women's boxing?
It'll be, yeah.
I think so right now, especially leveraging names. What bigger fight could you get?
Outside name recognition alone.
And that
Valerie.
I will say this. I'm sorry. Go ahead, y'all. My bad.
This is a super duper casual fight. Cause ain't no I don't know who would want to see this fight, but
there's no backstory. There's definitely no backstory, but has that not been a trend right now?
They're creating
right. So that's the thing. I've seen stranger things. And remember, we both got Canelo and Crawford saying that their fight don't make sense. Crawford even said that boxing fans don't know shit if they want him to fight Canelo. Like this shit, it don't make that much sense. And then all of a sudden, it started making a whole lot of sense. In fact, a couple million dollars even.
Absolutely. Has anybody ever come back at 48, male or female?
So I think the only people, of course,
Pacquiao, yeah.
Pacquiao. So the oldest
106.
He's 46.
The oldest champion on record is B-Hop, I think.
Yeah.
And then in heavyweight,
George Foreman.
George Foreman was 40.
Yeah. But that's heavyweight. Heavyweight is heavyweight. But in general, I think the on record is B-Hop.
But see, look at this though.
The difference is that none of these people had been retired for 2 decades, and this is and then neither of those guys had children. Like I don't understand. I don't know if y'all understand. I'm not saying like once you have a baby, you can't ever do anything.
It's different. I understand. It's different for a woman. Yeah.
I don't know. Like because like women carry. I don't know. I don't know what weight she would have to. That's a lot to figure out. Like, even if you're older fighter is one thing, but a woman's different because I wouldn't even. I know it's funny. I wouldn't even just bring it up like osteoporosis and stuff, but like as a woman, you do lose certain like
faculties.
You lose certain things in your body.
Men do too.
Men do too, but women that are faster after you had a baby. That's all. I don't know how to factor it in. I don't know.
Yeah, because the baby. How old is her baby? How old is her baby?
I mean, wait, he ain't a baby now. He's actually he might be. I think she had him the year after she retired.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
So he like.
I don't know if she have any new kids, so she should be fine. But I'm saying, but you don't regenerate it as you get. You don't regenerate anything new as you get older.
Right.
I don't know. I just the idea of an older woman getting hit just bothers me. Maybe I'm just being sensitive.
Jude, they about to do an exhibition where some big ass gloves bullshit around for 2 minute rounds. The fight gonna be a draw, and we all done been.
If it's an exhibition, I'm with it. But like, the idea of like maybe because like I'm looking at like I don't want no 40-something.
It should be headgear.
Getting punched.
If it's an exhibition, Clarissa gonna rip her damn gloves off mid fight and try to get a real hit in. Like that's how much. That's how bad. That's how bad she want to get this. You know what I'm saying? Like she want to do something for real. The exhibition ain't gonna be a fucking up.
Man, Clarissa Shields gets a lot of hate, and that comes with the territory.
But how do y'all feel about Layla asking for money and then because
But she didn't ask for money.
He never asked for money, bro.
She didn't ask for money. She said, "I would need." "I would need this amount of money to even consider it."
Be quiet while she's talking.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So Layla said the only way I can fight you is for this large sum of money.
That's what she
Then
said.
she didn't say that.
Is that what she
Nah,
said?
she
Clarissa
didn't.
Shields, there's
No,
rumors
it's
that you're gonna
not.
come back and fight her. What everybody's talking about it, or in the boxing circle.
The rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me about this. That's all.
Turkey has that money. Turkey's gonna set this up. I know it.
Unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even gonna have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight, but if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
I'll talk to Turkey tonight.
Thank you. She didn't ask for it. She said she had to think about it.
Exactly.
And Clarissa
This is
Shields.
the last one.
Ask
Clarissa
for it.
Shields.
Thank you,
There's rumors.
Hector. Two said,
Wait,
thank
look
you
like
for-
a woman who wanna
Two
fight
said, Thank
anybody.
you for proving that
Wait.
Hector be lying.
Clarissa brought the 15 million.
All I
She
know is
doesn't
Two
wanna
said just
fight,
prove
She
that
didn't
you
think
be
about it
lying.
this one.
She's
All right, hold on, y'all.
great
Let's watch this. Hold on, y'all. Let's watch this video with Sean Zattil. Let's look at his perspective.
Man, Clarissa Shields gets a lot of hate, and that comes with the territory. You get a lot of dick riders too, to accompany your hate. In her case, though, it's pretty lopsided on the hate spectrum for her. And I made a joke. I go, man, you guys always side. You guys side with Layla for. You side with Bumgardner over. You guys just think they look good. Like you know, it's not based on merit. And all that. But I get it. You know, you know, in a sense, I can relate because you could look at me with the scruffy beard right now and the long hair and the baggy hoodie and you're like, you know, look at this dude. Like, you know, and sometimes the surface things we show to people make people take us at face value, and they don't look at the depth we have beneath your first impression of us. And that's why first impressions are a mother. So Layla Ali, she knows how to carry herself in a certain way that apparently people like more than Clarissa and all that. And so everyone's on her side, but I don't know. I still look at Clarissa as this generational athlete, like FloJo in the 90s and Serena Williams, and she's that to me. And Clarissa's real, for better or worse, you know. And I think she gets a little too much. I'm not saying what people may critique about, but a lot of it is outside of the ring stuff. Because there's really nothing to critique in the ring. The only critique in the ring is that the weight classes she fights at aren't as deep as the weight classes of the lower weights, because that's just women's body and everything. But I agree with you. She would have beaten Ali at any age, and I think she gets flack for expressing a lot of the things that other people's favorite fighters feel the same as her. It's just she doesn't do the coach speak. Like a lot of the fighters, they've adopted what I see in the NFL and NBA, coach speak. You know, cliches, not really saying a lot, kind of shitball in the media, not giving them nothing to run with. And her, all that pettiness people criticize and the narcissism and the taking slights where she could find him anywhere, that's Terrence Crawford. That's Floyd Mayweather. That's you know, Tom Brady, Michael, they all do that. The difference is she's really expressive and real about it. She lets you know every ounce of pettiness in her. And I actually enjoy that, especially as a media guy. I'm like, yes, keep going. Tell me more about how these girls can't mess with you and how this girl, you know, so that, you know, and it's funny, people go, there you go, simping for Clarissa. And I'm like, well, you guys are simping for Layla Ali and Bumgardner. I'm not simping. I'm giving the GWOAT her just due. She's the best, whether you like it or not. And I guess that's that for me.
There it is, man.
A little bit of that rose that grew from the concrete thing, like Pac.
Yeah.
Where you could look at Tupac spitting at people in the Red Wings jersey, or you could say, hey, this person came from some shit and really made something of themselves and is special in their own regard.
I think, you know, when it comes to Clarissa, you got to get past the expectation. You know, the expectation because she's a woman, the expectation, you know, because, you know, the other female boxers are a certain way, and she doesn't. She certainly is in a class of her own. A lot like some of the men that box, you know. But I think that she's
defended her titles abroad. She's been #1 pound for pound, and she said, I'll be the B-side in a sense to Savannah Marshall to get that smoke. She sold out arenas in her hometown without Aram, without Heyman, without Turki, without she's gotten it from the mud. I remember being on a bus going to Canelo Smith and some very big boxing writers that I respect laughing. She'll never make $1 million in women's boxing. And I remember being like, yes, she will. Like, so no, like, yes, and she has. So, And what you said, when people are more used, they like the way Katie Taylor or Amanda Serrano or the way they carry themselves. I understand that. I have a slightly different take. I appreciate honesty, realness, and being expressive over vanilla. Anybody could be vanilla. Anybody could say, like, it's going to be a good fight, play the respectful role. And by the way, I think that's mainly how Katie and Amanda are. I don't think that's a shtick. I'm not saying that. But I have a slightly different take. Like, give me an honest, expressive human being who has some good, got some bad, some ugly, some pretty, you know, over just vanilla, over just playing it safe, saying the cliches, and that's just me.
No, I got you. Hey, yo, real quick before we
What did Sean just say that I ain't been saying?
Yeah.
I don't think nobody is going against what
Yeah.
she
So
her
like,
greatness. Nobody's going against that. Like I think she is the greatest woman boxer. Nobody's going against that. I don't think nobody
right.
is arguing
So
that.
like, my perspective, 2 cents. So like, there's nothing Sean Patel, and I like Sean. There's nothing he said that I disagree with. I think that people keep trying to make it like, oh, it's the way she presents herself. I have no problem with the way she presents herself. Like I said, I love the way she show up. Uh I love how loud she is. I love that she brings it to you straight. That's the type of women they raised me, and I grew up around there with no nonsense. I'm gonna say what the hell I want to say. I don't care if you think it's feminine. I don't care. So that's never a problem. And I think the problem is that the people are trying to shape this argument between Layla, because some people are doing it. I will say that some people are doing it. They're trying to shape this argument between Layla and Clarissa as, oh, this is classy and this person did. I don't care nothing about none of that. And I think that's the problem. People are trying to make it like a class thing versus some like
That's exactly what
unethical
it's going to
ghetto
be,
thing.
Juke.
Both of them presented their arguments the way that they do it, and I love both. I have a problem with it.
That's why I felt.
Yeah,
That's why I
I
felt
get
the
what you're
need to be
saying. Like,
like,
I love both. Some
yeah.
days I can be Carissa, some days I can be the Layla. So the way
Facts.
in which they presented themselves is not my problem. But actually, the stuff he just said about Clarissa is part of why I like Tank, right? But just like I can like Tank, I can admit when sometimes he wrong.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And just like in this case, Clarissa had every right to come at her the way she wants to. She a grown woman. She's the GOAT. But when it comes to the content and when it comes to the nitty gritty and the facts, Layla's right, and we gotta accept it. And it's not it up. It's not because people think it's classy. I don't care about none of that.
Right.
Everything Layla said, she had video evidence to support. And we have to be able to compartmentalize and figure out what way, like the way the message is like provided. You might like one way better than the other. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. At the end of the day, I love Clarissa. I have no problem with how she bring it to people. I don't think they be like, oh, she can't did it. Whatever. I'm always down with her. At the end of the day, though, she has been anti. I don't know what her issue and obsession is with Layla, but she has not been. I thought it was weird for years. Like, no one asked you about Layla. Why do you keep bringing this woman up?
I didn't even paying attention.
That's all I'm
to her
saying. Like, but look, at the end of the day, yeah, I agree with everything Sean said.
All right, let me say this, and I'm gonna let Mr. Greg go. I didn't even know. I thought people wasn't even paying attention to her saying that dumb shit for real. Cause I'm like, she just chatting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why Clarissa Shields feels like it has to be just for money, and even to be doing that just for money, it's like it don't look good. It just does not look good at all. It don't look good at all. Not to me, but it is highly entertaining though. I must say so myself. And the reason why I was like, let me just come out and point out the fact that Layla being petty too is because it was turning into, oh, because I'm on the panel arguing with dudes telling me Clarissa Shields need to be more graceful. I'm like, how can y'all tell her she need to be more graceful? You cannot tell her why does she need to be so you can like her? She don't have to do that if she doesn't want.
I agree on that point. She ain't gotta do nothing but like be black and die. She ain't gotta do nothing.
And so she's saying that like, oh, you defending her. No, I'm not. I've never said what she did was right or that I agree with it. But what I did say was, y'all not finna sit on here and try to tell her she need counseling and she need to be grateful and she need to this and and I was like, why y'all trying to put her in a box just because she need to uplift the women? Why does she need to uplift the women? She's competitive.
Only time I have a problem
the other female boxers clicked up and was taking slick shots at Clarissa. And then when I came out and said something about that, y'all was talking about I was defending her. And I was just pointing at the fact that they was taking slick shots at her first.
Yo, this you and
I
Jazz
just
Queen,
look at
yo.
it like this. This my only issue. I don't think it's no issue.
Let me let Mr. Greg go. Go ahead,
Okay.
Mr. Greg.
Go ahead, Mr. Greg.
Say what Jupiter said. It is going to be sort of sold as a Beauty and the Beast class versus, from the mud, that kind of thing. That sells the opposites of what each other are presenting themselves to being. But the other question is, and we'll see how that plays out. But the other question I was going to ask you, Jupe and 2 Cent, although Layla looks very good right now, she's in great shape. I wonder how long it would take her, if she was even going to fight, to get in fighting shape, because that's just 2 different types of shapes you got to be in. So I wonder, would it be another year or another 8 months for her
And
to
she would
get
need she need a tune-up.
Yeah. So you think about now, she won't be 48. She might be actually 50 if that fight even comes to play. So I
Right.
just wonder how they're gonna. So this is why I say something else is amiss. That's probably going to be good for Layla. Carissa's probably going to be very disappointed because she wants this fight. It's in her. You can see it. You're not getting it, I don't think, but she wants it. And I'm wondering, and I think it's something more than just the competition. Something else, in my opinion, has happened.
You think it's personal?
I think so. I think something has happened because I've seen, and I've been in this kind of situation before as well, where I had someone when I was much younger who, tried to take me under their wing. I knew they knew more than I did, and I was willing to learn from them. But I also had a suspicion about them at the same time. It turns out that I was right, but it went on for a long period of time when it looks like, you're under the wing of this particular person, and so I'm getting a little bit of shine because of who I was attached to. But I knew something else was wrong with me being in the presence of this particular person. And sooner or later it came out, and it was very ugly when it finally did. And so that's why I say something else is there, because these are 2 very good, in my opinion, well-skilled athletes from different time periods. One has a huge name and one has a bigger name now. They somewhat attached to each other, but they've never fought because of the age difference. So I don't know what it is. I guess we'll see when part 2 comes out. But I certainly believe that if they're going to push this fight, they're going to push that class difference thing. Who looks better, prettier? I think.
But this is the thing: they are not attached to each other, and they never were until, I'm sorry, Clarissa kept pressing. There was never any connection between the 2. Like boxing fans, like they can say, "Oh, this is connection," and there's just like I think that people want a rivalry for Clarissa so bad that we're manufacturing it, and we're manufacturing a beef that never was. Like they were never married together.
Yeah, no one's thinking about
Layla. Layla had moved on from the sport. The only reason we're talking about Layla is because Clarissa won't let this woman's name go for the last 5-6 years.
Right.
There's a connection, right?
But that's not a connection, though. That's not a natural connection, though. That's someone manufactured. Again, for example, Wilder and AJ was a natural connection.
Oh,
because
yeah,
they both in the division at the same time. Layla was not even trying to be in boxing. She was trying to transition out of it. The only reason it's a connection is because Clarissa insisted and made it so. So it's not a natural connection. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Y'all keep like, oh, it's just this thing that happened. No, it didn't.
No,
this woman went out her way every fight for like
I think he's saying when they were quote unquote friends or big sis, little sis.
But no one was even paying attention to women's boxing then. Clarissa wasn't even a star then.
Yeah, but that's saying that something happened between them while they was.
Like, y'all are just falling for the okie doke. I don't see how y'all don't see it. There was no connection.
I just don't understand why people are just focused on Clarissa. Layla literally does things just like Clarissa.
I already pointed it out.
Oh man, come on.
I don't understand this concept.
I got a question for you. Hold on. I want to switch gears real quick because I promise y'all I ain't planning on staying on here this long. But boxing hacker, this actually for everybody. Switching gears here because we don't want to talk about Clarissa all night. Boxing hacker, what you doing?
What's the
beating his meat?
That's great.
That's me, buddy. That might be David Lynch.
So I seen this
You
on X,
crazy.
and I was like, I'm gonna say this for 2 cents after dark because I want to ask y'all, what would y'all do in this situation? Because they was frying him in the comments.
Shit. I'd have told him off rip like, nah, I'm good, bro.
True
He
that.
paid for your. He paid for your. And my question here was like, were y'all together at Waffle House, or did he just
Right,
pay for your food from across the room? Like, how did this work? And how
right.
do you
Or
know
did he
he
was
gay?
That nigga was sitting over there looking at him and shit.
man, that man probably had on a wig, chin sticking out, Adam's apple out, all types of crazy shit.
Look at Hannibal. Look at Hannibal.
That nigga came with him.
Free food. Yeah, I mean,
free food is free, but
I'll
it's
pay for my
not
food.
really free.
Well, from what I understand, when a man pay for your
Mr.
food,
Gray.
from what I've been hearing, when a man pay for your food, it got to go down.
Yeah. So
I never heard that before.
Man,
I
you
never
like
heard
if
that
you
shit in my
fly the
life.
female
I
out,
never heard some wild
The
shit.
man was over there looking at him like Diddy, looking
or
at
he
a
got
snack
different
and shit.
intentions.
See, I'm old school,
That shit.
and that to me is an offense. It's an
Yeah,
affront.
for
Yeah,
sure.
it is.
It's gonna cause somebody to get hurt,
For
even if
sure.
it's just a nice gesture.
You don't do that.
There are some lines that you still don't cross with men, particularly men who are from a different era sometime, or for just from a different mindset. This may be very well be something kind from this gay man, but for you to do that and it becomes something that something's gonna go wrong with that.
No, for sure.
I go like whatever, man.
He know
Hannibal
better
said
than that.
someone willing to
Nah.
pay.
All
I'm
grown
letting
men.
him.
My bad. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say all grown men know better than that because we all know that they say that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach in the first place. So if you already knew
Yep.
this motherfucker was zesty and you ate some shit, you let this nigga satisfy your stomach. I mean, I don't even want to go no further. That shit, just
Thank you
me
for that
saying
clarification.
that
That shit
disgusts me right
crazy,
there.
man.
Thank you for stopping what you did.
Me saying that right there disgusts me right now. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
Mhm.
So we
Jailhouse
ain't even got to
stuff.
go no further. Oh, boys out of pocket. Is that nigga from
Yeah.
Nebraska? Steven So Cold Nelson? Is he from
Yeah,
Nebraska?
that's Bud Homie.
Oh, see, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Oh my
I
God,
bet
you
this
should have
nigga
told
goes
him
to
that.
hot dog
Listen,
competitions. I
this
bet
is
this nigga
Bud.
goes to hot dog competitions and eats them all without the bun.
Listen, this is Bud's homie that makes his
Gar-
outfits.
Oh Lord. But
I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Birds of a feather flock together, man.
yeah, see,
That's
this is
some
some
Nebraskan
jailhouse
shit.
stuff. When you
That's
lock
some.
up and you come back to your cell and somebody done left some cake or something on your bunk. See, this is the kind of
Yo,
stuff that get people hurt.
for
Nah,
real.
look, he left a trail of them, a trail of them from
I'll be like, nigga, who the
from the
fuck was
first
in my
floor up to
house,
the
yo?
fifth tier.
Be like, who the fuck came in my
To
house
me,
while I was out
it's
and
like the
left a
fact that you
cupcake?
was even comfortable enough to post this.
That's
Yeah.
some crazy
You know
shit,
what I'm
yo. That
saying?
show
Like, yo,
about him.
come
So
on, man.
funny, bro.
Come on, man. Who are you? Like, what
Hey,
type of man? Just like you said, for you as a female to draw those conclusions. What
Mhm.
type of man will be comfortable posting this in this type of climate where
Right.
you can't trust nothing? Come on now, man. You can't let no strange ass dude feed you, man. Is you crazy?
Yeah, that's
Especially the
You
way
crazy,
motherfuckers be slipping Mickeys. Shit,
man?
Hannibal
these
What?
niggas is
hilarious.
crazy out here, yo.
It's slipping Mickey.
Kill a motherfucker straight out the back. Yo, slip
what
me the same way they slip drugs and female shit. What you think Diddy was doing to play them niggas out of position?
what
He
define
was using women to pull them out of position.
That's a fact.
yes.
Dude up in there with the broad, he can may think he getting it in, and the next thing you know, this nigga coming up around from behind or some shit. Yo, what the?
What the?
Yeah, that's some Diddy shit. Some of the shit they said was going on.
See that?
Motherfuckers drinking the drink. The next thing you know, they wake up in the morning and don't know what the fuck up. That's
Yeah.
some wild shit, yo. That's why I'm like, that nigga should be in jail. Somebody
Why
should have
he
killed his
is in
ass.
jail?
He is
No,
in
Somebody
I'm
need
jail.
to
talking about,
unfollow him.
I mean, been in jail a long time ago.
Who?
Bill Cosby.
Talking
Bill
about
Cosby?
Diddy, nigga. Diddy.
Oh no, yeah.
I say I'm
Yeah.
gonna show the fellas this. I want to see what they. Some people saying, "Hey, free food is free food." That's what
Man,
Hacker
fuck out of
say.
here,
Fuck
bro.
that, yo.
Ain't
It
no
ain't
grown
Fuck
free.
man
that.
playing
That's
like
what
that,
Hacker
man. You
say.
niggas is
Hacker say
tripping,
free
bro.
food is free food.
It ain't
Yeah, I
free.
bet it
Especially if he
would.
seen the nigga and he know that nigga is out there and the nigga paid for his food.
Mm-mm.
Hell no. Free
Yeah,
food ain't no free food. Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
I'll
you
be
ended
like,
up.
yo, hell no. I'm paying for my own shit.
Yeah, you
Get
ended
that
up
nigga.
ICU with that. That's how I see
Damn,
that one. You're gonna be in ICU.
Mr. Greg,
Mm-hmm.
he offended.
I
We
see
just
you
have to
for
explain to
somebody
the
buying your
it
people.
food.
all depends on what the
I might
circumstances
be in
was, though,
lockup.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
Why
I'm
you
gonna
get
be in lockup.
that's
My,
crazy?
Boxing
That's
Hacker.
now, if
where I'm
that
gonna
man
be at.
standing in
Hold
line,
Waiting for
now,
the
on.
judge.
Boxing
now,
Hacker.
say for instance,
From
Yeah.
hold on,
if he
paid in
didn't,
full. Hold on, paid in full. Let me say
my
this.
bad.
Boxing Hacker. I know
Yeah.
you be watching these red pill videos. If a man buy you food, according to them, it better go down. So, do you think that a gay man is buying you food to be nice?
I'm not. I mean, I'm not taking the food. I'll pay for my own food, but
Yeah,
I
right.
won't beat somebody up because they. Can you go to prison? Why would you want to go to prison for that? That's stupid.
For beating somebody, man, you ain't going no damn prison for beating
Of course
nobody
you
up.
will. That's assault.
You get
Man, you
assault
go to
on,
jail. You ain't going to
And you know
prison for
what?
that shit.
You mentioned them being gay. That's also a hate crime. Did you know that? You
This
didn't
is
think
an
about that, did
assault,
you?
Hacker.
Assault and a hate crime will carry some years.
Hacker.
Bro. Yeah.
Him doing that is an assault.
No, it's not.
It's an
He
Yeah,
assault.
it is.
Who
he
you
could,
it's
are.
an
It's an
assault on your
offense.
he could
manhood.
peacefully say no.
It's an offense,
You say
man.
no?
He can just say no, no, thank you, and walk
Boxing
off.
Hacker say he'll be flattered.
Okay.
I'll
You,
say no, thank you.
Ew, yo.
there's lines
Ew.
you don't cross, and I know a lot.
Yeah,
I know gay men, but there's lines that you don't cross. That's one of them.
yeah, but
Right.
And you shooting your
you
shot. You
It
shooting your
ain't gotta
shot.
be no hate crime. Now it's different if the
it'll be a
nigga
hate
was calling
crime.
no racial. If he
Anything.
was, it won't be no hate crime, bro. If
It
you he
would.
ain't gotta even say nothing to the man, he could have just punched him in the shit. That's not no
No,
hate crime.
then just assault.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. I deal with that.
You deal with it. Why would
I
you want to
take
go
the
out there?
probation. Fuck it. I take the
Exactly.
probation.
Why would you want to go through that because somebody offered to buy you?
Man, who's to say the
Man,
nigga
you
gonna call the
just don't. You.
police?
How old
Man,
are you,
come on,
hacker?
And what
man.
Hacker,
Stop
how
motherfucker
old are
gonna
you?
stay there and wait for the
He
police?
didn't say that the guy offered to pay for his food. He said he paid for his meal.
So he ate the food already and he
Oh,
paid.
damn.
I'll then just walk out. I'll hey, whatever. I'll leave.
That's
So the
why I said it all
motherfucker
depends
wasn't
on what
still
the
there.
scenario was. If he was there, if they were standing in line and he just offered to pay for that man food, or he mistakenly paid
Well,
for it.
if it's a sit down, he'll pay for it
I
after
think
he eats.
he said he think he accidentally went on a gay date. That's what he said
Oh
on the
well, yeah,
X
he
when he
was
was
a
scrolling
fucking.
down.
Ew. So he had conversation with the nigga during that time.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny. I just want to see what y'all was gonna say.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
it's
some weirdness, yo. That's
weird,
weird.
but
Don't
that's
force
how you
people
get
for
compromised.
buy your food, people.
Something like that. That's exactly how you get compromised in those kind of situations.
He is not you.
Things haven't
Grown
changed
ass man.
yet.
What'd you say, Mr. Greg?
I said everything hasn't changed yet. There's still some men who will take offense to that and take action against it.
Exactly.
Like I said,
50
As
this
they
Cent,
Mm-hmm.
should.
50
got
Cent was
You out
finna
of
punch
line.
Diddy in his shit just because the nigga asked him, can he take him to go get some fucking clothes?
But he didn't though.
My nigga, because they was at a funeral
Yeah, at
when he
Chris
asked him.
Lighty's funeral. They was at Chris Lighty's funeral.
Yeah, when he asked
He
him, he was
said,
like, man, I
mm-hmm.
thought he needed some new clothes.
can I
He said,
take
"What you say to
shopping?
me? What you say
Yeah.
to me?"
That's
He
some
took
shit you
French
say to a
Montana shopping.
girl. What's up,
He took
baby?
Meek
Wanna
Mill
go
shopping.
shopping?
He took
Yeah.
Meek Mill
Yeah.
shopping.
Yo, I
And
ain't gonna
Diddy
say
don't
nothing
even know the
about
shit
that,
that
yo.
he.
That's weird.
Diddy
That's
try to
some
play
wild
like he
shit.
don't know the shit be zesty that he be doing, and he know damn
Yeah.
well that shit is zesty, bro.
But Snoop, real quick before we hop off of here, I wanted to get your thoughts on Jermell Lyons only Charlo.
I mean, at this point, I don't know where his mental state is, but I would love to see him back. Like, I mean, I just feel like the Charlos were good for boxing. They're exciting. They're funny, inadvertently.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him active. I feel like 154 has been my favorite division for a long time. I feel like 154 gets it cracking. And I mean, even though I don't know where he is mentally, if he's just trying looking for a payday on his way out, but far as I'm concerned, no one is the man at 154 until they beat him. That's just my opinion. So
I agree.
We in total agreement, Juke.
Yeah, I need to see him beat at 154, right? And because I assume he's healed now, because I think he was out for a long time even before the Canelo fight because he had like an injured hand, right, or something. So
Yep.
I don't know if people were like, oh, he's just trying to give it, like that's possible. But I need to see him beat. Like I need to see someone 154 beat him, and because I feel like they can't. The 154 division can't move on, and we can't name a rightful king until someone take it from him.
Yeah.
King at 154 from my perspective, and all of them need to see him, and they should be asking for him. But in today's boxing world, it's all about just moving in position.
But did you hear Eddie Hearn trying to give an excuse for not offering Charlo to fight?
What'd you say, B more?
Did you hear Eddie Hearn using the way he used an excuse, talking about, I don't think Charlo would take that money. You know, it's not going to be worth that money, that fight.
So
you know what I mean? So,
mean he was going to lowball him.
Yep. You know what I mean? And he was like, I don't think he'd take it.
Who's got to stop fooling with Eddie, man? Because Eddie, let me tell you, I feel like Eddie just trying to make money off Boots, bro. I don't think I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching Eddie, but I'm kind of like, I actually like Eddie a little bit more now that I get to see a lot of his interviews and hear him talk. Not like I like him, but you know how you dislike somebody, but you like them, so you keep watching them. Does it make sense to y'all?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Look at why Eddie, what he's doing, because he's still trying to prove to his father that he should be having control of Matchroom. See, his father hasn't given him full control of Matchroom yet, because Dart still makes more money for Matchroom than boxing. So Eddie's trying to prove himself as well. That's why you see him talking so much and being the face of a Matchroom and so forth. But he has to do something better than just talk. He got to let his fighters get into a series of very good fights before his father, because his father has said, if you see his documentary on, I think it's on Netflix still, watch that.
I think that what I was gonna say, I think that what'd you just say? The documentary, Eddie Hearn
on Matchroom, and Eddie Hearn is his father's on Netflix.
I can't even remember. But I want to put this video up of I'm trying to get our video up. I want to talk about this one more thing. I wanted to put this video up of Eddie Hearn, if I can find it, talking about Dana White and all the TKO stuff. And I'm like, Eddie, why y'all talking about this TKO stuff now? You and Oscar, when y'all was the first ones Johnson bouncing Turkey. Now all of a sudden y'all having an issue with this TKO and them changing the Ali Act and all of that other stuff, but y'all didn't have no problem when he was giving y'all that money. And so now I feel like that they're seeing that they're promoting. You okay, Mr. Greg?
You all right, Greg?
You all right,
I'm fine.
Greg?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
And I'm like, when y'all was getting that bread, y'all ain't had no problem with it when y'all was getting broke off. But now y'all seeing that this Zuffa boxing stuff wanna cut off the promoters and cut off this and cut off that. Now y'all coming out and you clap back Thursday about the Ali Act and all that other stuff. But you was the Mexican Boxing Day all in Saudi Arabia fooling with Turkey. And I'm like, I don't understand how y'all didn't see this coming. Like, I can't sit here and think I'm just that smart that I seen this coming and y'all ain't see it. I don't believe that.
It's crazy.
And I was watching, because I've been watching UK boxing channels, and they're really upset at how Turkey has gutted UK boxing, how he's completely destroyed it over there.
Why still, that's so crazy. Why still giving them shit for dirt cheap and overcharging us?
Oh, speaking of overcharging, I might not get to the video tonight. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, right? Turkey, TKO, Dana White, Zuffa, whatever the hell it is, it's going to make boxing more expensive, in my opinion, because you're gonna have to have a subscription to the Zone, and then you're gonna have a subscription to the Fight Pass. I remember when it first came out, the Fight Pass was gonna be $3.99 or $4.99 or something like that. Now I'm looking it up. The Fight Pass is $12.99. So if you don't think that that's going to continue to go up, it will. So now you got to pay for a DAZN subscription and a Fight Pass. And then on top of that, this I guess it would kind of be a quote unquote a prospect league, and they're saying like you gonna fight whoever we tell you to fight. After you fight, you get like
Yep.
you get like mandatory months off and stuff like that if you get knocked out or this happened. They taking that away. They changing the ring size. Turkey gonna be scripting storylines, and I'm not making this up. This is in writing. Turkey gonna be scripting storylines. So everything that y'all don't want in boxing, that y'all swear up and down Turkey was saving boxing, he's going to be doing the complete opposite. Why do you have to make up and script storylines in boxing? They probably already is exaggerated enough. You don't have to completely script them and make them up.
I don't think it's going to affect
Let me
our
tell you how it's
boxing.
going to affect. Let me tell you how it's going to affect. That's what I was getting to. So a lot of people are saying, okay, well, the top tier boxer's not going to go, the middle tier boxer's not going to go, but probably it'll be a prospect league. So I believe you have to sign for them for 3 years, and then after you leave them, I don't think they designated a time yet, but I think it's like you can't fight 12 months. So think about that. You got prospects coming into boxing. They're gonna be bullshitting over there with Zuffa, fighting whenever they tell them, whoever they tell them, no breaks, 12 by 12 ring, fake storylines, whatever they got going on. That's a 3-year contract. Then you got to sit out a year, and then you'll be able to go box.
That's the
So
same thing they do in UFC right now.
Yeah,
OTX has the same format. Are they creating storylines, shrinking rings, and doing all this other shit?
Yeah,
No,
that
they're
shit
not.
crazy.
That's not the same thing. And y'all keep trying to say things are the same, and it's not. People keep trying to say, "Oh, Al Heyman was violating the Muhammad Ali Act, so it's okay for them to change it." Al Heyman was not violating the Muhammad Ali Act. They literally
At
went to
all.
court and tried to sue him over it.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
gonna
And
show y'all
law.
one more thing before I get off of here about Al Heyman, and I thought this was so awesome when I seen it. But what's y'all 2 cents about that? Anybody got anything to say about that?
It
About
sounds like a non-compete clause that they got to sign. How much money do they make, and how many fights do they get a year?
yeah.
The money they make. Hold on, I got that for you. Let's see how much money they make. So, unranked fighters will make 15,000 for a 10-round bout. If you're ranked number 5 through 10, you will make 50,000 per bout. If you're ranked number 2 through 4, you'll make 100,000 per bout. Challenging for the company's championship, you'll make 250,000. Defending the company's championship, you'll make 500,000, and you'll get a $5,000 sign-on bonus.
So that's limited.
good.
That's actually limited.
How is that good?
It's
How much
terrible.
they gonna have after
you're
taxes
a
boxing
fighter,
happen?
wait.
How much they gonna have after taxes boxing happen?
And paying their people.
And how many fights do they
I
get
don't know how
a
they're
year?
gonna do their taxes, but
I want to hear him answer that. Uh-oh.
They got to pay their trainers. They got to go ahead and they got to pay the manager.
They'll have to, but hold on, I don't think they have to pay.
you're making
Didn't they
less.
say they're gonna be at like a facility where the training, the working out, the food, and all that was taken care of? I thought that they were supposed to have like a
I
facility.
think that's a good deal.
But they going to charge them for it. You can believe that. They going to charge them for it.
Get some fees.
Yeah,
But
like
how many times do they get to fight a year, 2 cents?
I'm looking it up right now.
And this was my.
I think it's great. I don't know why people.
It's the opposite of great. It's literally a return to when we had
Mandingo fighting.
It's return to when we had Black Murderers Row, and how certain fighters didn't get opportunities, and how they fought, and why so many fighters back in the day retired broke. We are really relinquished, and I know people just want to win arguments, and they're not thinking about anyone because they don't care because it doesn't affect them. But we're literally returning to a time when fighters don't have rights, and just like you said, there's set fees. So let's say you're a big name and you're bringing in 10 million, you're set at 250,000.
Mm-hmm.
You can no
more, no less.
That's the thing. That was the whole reason why they fought. So literally, everything people have been fighting for decades, you said, "Oh no, this is fine because I want to win an argument online, and I'm gonna just give up all these rights everyone earned over the last 50, 60 years, and we're returning to old." which is why people like Sweet Pea and other people deceased and went away broke despite giving some of the most amazing fights in history. And it's just sad and it breaks my heart. And the fact that people are arguing the opposite, it's just like, it's so disrespectful. I can't even like respect them to even argue it. Like I'm done.
So they're talking about upcoming
Hold on,
fighters.
Mr. Greg. Hold on, Boxing Hacker. Mr. Greg, they fight every 4 to 6 months, roughly around 2 to 3 fights per year. Zuffa Boxing plans to stage 12 events per year across its 2026 schedule. Zuffa Boxing deal structure gives contracted fighters roughly 2 to 3 fights a year, avoiding the long inactivity gaps seen in traditional boxing. See, what they're doing is they're promising the fans like, oh, we're gonna change everything you hate. But I don't think the fans, I don't know, we'll have to see. But I don't think the fans really
I don't think that
realize
shit gonna be
what's
successful.
happening.
I think it's
Nah.
it's good. I don't see how it's comparable to Black Mirror's role. These people have a choice. It's not like you don't have to join it. You know, that's one thing. But also, like you were talking about
they didn't have a choice because there was other right. So you said
talking about up and coming fighters. We're not even talking about like the big names. Up and coming fighters.
no, because it will change the laws. Oh my God,
What laws? What are you talking about? We're talking about the tournament.
Boxing Hacker. Listen, if they change the Ali Act, TKO is not going to be the only
exactly.
people
It's like this man
going
don't
to
have
take
like critical
advantage of
thinking.
it. Now they don't have to show you the revenue. It's back to where we were before, Boxing Hacker.
It's
You
not
think
gonna be Black
TKO?
Mirror's role. How do we
You think? God damn! Listen.
He'll ask you a question and won't shut the heck up for you to answer. He doesn't. He literally waits to respond. He doesn't listen.
I was talking first.
Information. He's here to argue
points. I was talking first.
I know he was talking first, but he's the host and she tries to answer a question.
I was the one making a point. Why you saying
Boxing Hacker? Boxing
Hacker,
listen.
talking for 5 seconds, bro. She talking.
I'm telling you that TKO will not be the only people to take advantage of whatever they're changing. So the fact that they're changing the Ali Act, essentially, they're changing the whole dynamic of boxing. I don't know what you're not understanding.
I still don't see a big deal in that. Like,
oh man,
I can't.
Oh man.
Let
me say this. Hey, Tristan, I got something I want to say. Something that I noticed on TV. I noticed that True TV, you know the True TV channel that's on cable? That's owned by HBO Max. Right? Have you noticed that when you go there on the schedule, that at certain times they're playing HBO boxing, top ranked HBO boxing? Yeah, they playing like classic matches on True TV. They had some on there tonight, and I'm wondering, is it possible that Top Rank is going to ink a deal with HBO Max and stream boxing on HBO Max?
It's possible. All things are possible these
Hopefully
days.
not.
It's possible. I mean, that's an interesting point of view because I didn't even know. I knew Bob Aaron has his library. You can go on demand and see the fights, but I never even thought about whether he would do what you just mentioned. But if it's enough money in it for everybody, it could happen.
Because you see, you got Paramount Plus now with the Zuffa boxing, whatever going on. You got PBC over here on Amazon, right? Then you have people doing from the Zone doing shows every once in a while. This is coming up to be like the second or third fight that's been over on Netflix. You know what I mean? And now you have this possibility with HBO Max.
All right, I want to show this video real quick before we get off here. I feel like my show was rushed today. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. Yeah, but anyway, I guess I might have to start earlier. But so listen, I came across this video today. This video is 10 years old. This is Elijah. What's old dude name?
That's Paul Williams, right?
Paul Williams. That's his name, not Elijah. Paul Williams. And I came across this video and I'm just like, why does Al Heyman get such a bad rap? Like, I really don't understand it. And so I want y'all to hear this real quick because a lot of people, for whatever reason, are cool with Turkey running TKO and boxing, like they're clapping, praising it. It's after seeing how he's messed over so many UFC fighters. Do y'all know the people that are calling in to beg for them not to make these changes? It's the UFC fighters doing it for the boxers because
Yes.
they've been through it and the boxers
Yep.
haven't. And they keep saying how horrible this is, but for some reason, all these seals in the boxing community keep clapping their hands together like this is gonna be something good for boxing. And Al Heyman continuously gets a bad rap, but all I hear is people saying things like this guy is finna say about Al Heyman, but everybody keeps shitting on Al, and I don't even understand why. When everybody that works with Al don't be saying nothing negative about that man, and the people that do have something to say negative about that man is because he don't want to do business with them no more, and they
Yep.
sick about it. But let's check this out real quick because you probably not gonna find no videos like this about Dana White. What you got, Juke?
My bad. I was gonna agree with you because like I listened to some of the calls, and that's what's so crazy. Like it was so many UFC fighters. Like, listen, we never had the Ali Act. We wish we had it. You are like everything I've been saying, and everybody act like, oh yeah, I just not paying attention. They were literally like, you're giving up all your rights. You are about to like basically it's about to destroy the sport because no one who's skilled enough is gonna make it not even worth it to be in boxing. You're about to destroy your own sport. They are panicking, telling you, and then look at how many UFC fighters have been moving over to boxing to finally get paid. They're running to it now. They're running to boxing to get paid, and now they're like, "Dang, our one refuge is now about to go away." So imagine if I could run from planet A to planet B because planet A is on fire. I go to planet B, and now you about to set planet B on fire. It's like, and then you have these guys in the chat and people who not getting it. It's like I don't know if people are still stuck in the sand. It's like you watch a horror film, and you know you're not supposed to like don't open the door, don't do certain things, and they do it. It's like you're failing an open book test. You're failing an open book test right now. And so like people think they're being cute by arguing online, but like you're embarrassing yourself. And when we're gonna go back and when we talk about why boxing is ruined and how it's terrible, it's because of people like you. You wouldn't I just can't
Back. You spread
right,
the propaganda. Like, you help spreading the propaganda.
You literally help.
So we have to agree. Is that what this means?
No,
like we have to agree with your opinion.
This is common sense.
What are we talking about?
And you don't have it. You either got common sense and you gonna listen or you don't. The people in UFC are telling you. If
he
you
just got sold for almost $400 million. The reason why he's changing
the people who lived it.
The reason why he's changing the Ali Act is so he won't get sued for hundreds of millions of dollars like he's being sued in the UFC for underpaying his fighters. Boxing hacker, stop trying to argue, bro. It's nothing to argue.
There's wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Like,
and you know what? The most predominantly amount of UFC fighters, when they over, they become BKFC fighters. So a lot of them become bare knuckle fighting champion fighters.
Like Paulie.
Yep. But Paulie on the lower league. He on the little league. I'm talking about the one that Conor McGregor bought the interest in. The main one. They got Lawson on there.
Paulie Malignaggi sitting up there talking all that shit about tanking. He getting box hacker. You don't hear people talking, bro? Ain't it crazy how Paulie Malignaggi was sitting up there doing all that crying and whining about Tank fighting Jake Paul, and he getting his face busted wide open.
On bare knuckle fighting.
Tens of thousands of dollars, and he didn't spent all his money on medical bills. But what you got, Boxing Hacker, so I can play this video?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Just let him talk, y'all. Just let him talk.
Thank God. I feel like we're going on like some kind of tangent. Like we went to like Black Mirror's Row. We went to.
What's your point, Boxing Hacker?
So when it comes to this whole TKO thing, right? From what I see, it's for fighters that are up and coming, you know. And I hear people, certain fighters will make certain X amount of money. The fighters up and coming aren't making X amount of money. So what it's doing is giving a bigger percentage of the pot money.
First of all,
like
boxing lost the
Oh,
Caucasian
man.
American dollar, nigga. No Caucasians was paying for African Americans. Nobody, the Caucasians don't watch boxing, bro. They don't have no fighters. The fuck is you talking about?
So if you have a situation where like fighters are guaranteed money, like I've seen nothing wrong with that. And it's not to say they're forced to go to this series. Nobody forcing you to go
All
to
right,
it.
boxing hacker, you don't see no wrong.
Some
with it.
inspiring words, and you've never lost that. The boxing community, you know, when you're on top, when you're in the ring, when you're paying people's bills and the promotion and the networks, they all love you and they all are looking to help you out. When this happened and you weren't able to make money for people anymore, how did the boxing community respond? Were they supportive? Talk to me about what that was like.
It was rough, but I can't say, and it's not for me to make somebody look good because they got all this stuff going on. Al Heyman was there from the day one and now. Like, I'm not trying to make him seem like he's the top of he's the guy that everybody would beat to. I'm telling you, the God honest truth, like, this man called every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like, he want to know what's going on. Every day he motivated. He pushed me, Paul, you got to get out. Let's do something, man. You don't sit around. Like, it motivated me to get out and do stuff. So I take my hat off to him because, like, it wasn't about this. Like, I know I couldn't make money for him no more because I ain't been in the ring fighting and stuff. But it was about, you know what I'm saying, like, it ain't about no money. He want to see me get out there and you know what I'm saying, make something. And I mean, like, what I got going on, like, it's crazy. Like, I say, like, the boxing world, they ain't nothing changed with the boxing world. Like, all I can say, man, this dude kept it 100 with me.
Now that's a good man.
When I watched that the first time, I got a little emotional because a cutthroat business like boxing, and especially when you dealing with people that if they ain't making no money off of you, they just gonna kick you to the curb. It ain't nothing personal, it's business. And that's not the first story I've heard of Al Heyman, you know, taking care of somebody, contacting somebody, making sure they okay. He couldn't even keep talking about it because he was getting emotional. Like, he was like, I knew I couldn't do nothing for Al Heyman. I knew I couldn't make money no more, but he called me every day because it wasn't about no money. It was just about him seeing me do better and be better as a person. And I don't understand the Al Heyman hate. Like, the shit is crazy to me. When you got Dana White being sued for hundreds of millions of dollars for fucking over his fighters do not like him. They can't stand him. And then this man is changing legislation, the same legislation that was put in place to protect these fighters. And you got niggas like Boxing Hacker saying he don't see no problem with it. I don't understand how you don't see no problem with it. Everybody else, that's not a cue for you to talk, Boxing Hacker. Everybody else is saying how horrible that this is. You got Oscar De La Hoya, Eddie Hearn, all these people coming out and saying this is horrible. You shouldn't be doing this. People shouldn't be accepting this. But you got these propaganda ass YouTube channels. You got ridiculous fans that's got their seatbelt strapped tight with a helmet on, looking like a crash dummy. Johnson bouncing Turkey as hard as they possibly can, only to be fucked over in the end. I've been saying this since this whole Turkey thing started. And people refuse to listen for whatever reason. They still run around. Oh, if it wasn't for Turkey, we wouldn't have no fights. Why wouldn't we have no fights if it wasn't for Turkey? We had fights before Turkey got here. And he gave y'all these empty promises. He didn't do what he said he was going to do. He just kept repeating it, and y'all just started believing it. If Turkey was giving y'all the fights y'all wanted to see, you would have had Canelo Benavidez. You would have had Boots and Crawford. You would have had those fights. Y'all keep crying about some Beterbiev and Bivol. Nobody give a fuck about that fight for real. That's why they never made it. It was political and it wasn't profitable.
Bivol was Bob. That wasn't even. That's nothing. I hate when people keep giving him credit for Beterbiev and Bivol because y'all don't even remember that was still Bob. Remember that was on ESPN in the undercard.
He switched it at the last minute. Remember, he switched it at the last minute.
That was part two, wasn't it? Part one was
you're right. You're right. I
All
remember
I'm
that.
saying is Turkey has done nothing but the opposite. Y'all talking about size of the street. It ain't gonna be no more size of the street because you only can fight in their league. So if it's somebody in the Zuffa Boxing League and somebody somewhere else, you will never ever see them fight because
True
contractually
that.
they cannot. Y'all thought network deals was something. This gonna be even worse. And if they do fight out their contract, then sit out a year and then come over to fight you, they probably gonna be washed because they've been fighting whoever the fuck for whoever they tell you to fight for 4 to 6 months. And according to y'all want to see the best fight the best every single fight, which is why these fighters had CTE and Parkinson's and shaking and all this other stuff. Then
Exactly.
bring
Yup.
you back
And they're not
and
gonna last as long.
perpetuating all of the issues that were changed because they were issues. Like they're gonna start doing same day weigh-ins. People gonna be passing out and dying. Turkey
Mm-hmm.
10 by 10. Like, I don't understand. He changing rules. He scripting shit. If you're a hardcore boxing fan, there's no way you should want this. That's what I don't understand. Y'all keep parading yourself around like y'all hardcore boxing fans, and y'all not hardcore boxing fans. Y'all just saying it because y'all think it sound cool. Because I'm at the point to where I don't even want to be. Don't call me no hardcore boxing fan. I'm offended. Like you call me the N word. Because y'all continue to try to put these boxers in a box. Y'all continue to try to control these boxers, tell them who they need to fight and what they need to do. And if they don't do what you want them to do, you tear them down. And I don't want to hear nothing about oh, y'all be doing that to Bud. Nobody does that to Bud. I have my opinion about Bud, but you ain't never heard me tell Bud who he need to fight. You've never heard me do any of that. I have my opinions about his resume. I have my opinions about him being scientifically prepared, all of that shit. But I ain't never tried to control him. And when he didn't fight who I wanted him to fight and that shit. Like, no, I don't understand why y'all do that. And y'all only do certain fighters like that. They got y'all in the trick bag. You cannot force the best to fight the best. Like, what does that even mean? I want the best to fight the best. Y'all think the best is people who names y'all know? Just because y'all don't know fighters don't mean that they're not good fighters and they're not quote unquote the best. You watch the fight and then you determine, oh, okay, that was a good fight. Oh, man, he should have fought somebody else. Whatever your 2 cents is. But the way y'all doing Boots and the way y'all doing Tank is egregious. Especially Tank, because he got a better resume than some of y'all favorite fighters. Why they sit around and rest their hands and do all kind of shit like, and y'all don't say nothing. Y'all don't say anything. So I wanted to show that video. That video is 10 years old of him showing how even though he was no longer able to make money for Al Heyman, and Al Heyman probably still even helped him out and gave him money. I don't know. Al Heyman still wants to make sure that he was straight and he's okay. Y'all talking about Charlo broke and he just want a payday and he just want money. Charlo is okay. Al Heyman been his advisor. He listened. Then he got real estate and whatever else the hell he got. None of them PBC fighters are hurting for money, except for maybe Adrian Broner. But I mean, y'all know. But I don't even think he probably hurting for money because Al put him on an allowance and made sure that he wouldn't run out of money because he seen the type of person AB was.
Yep.
So this is the type of person Al Heyman is. So all the Al Heyman hate and slander, stop that shit, man. It's unwarranted. I don't understand why y'all even doing that. Blaming the state of boxing on PBC is some bullshit. Stop doing that.
Yep.
Y'all out here talking about, oh, Terrence Crawford single-handedly destroyed the PBC and all this other dumb shit y'all talking about, but yet Top Rank ain't even got no network. Top Rank is the one that's damn near out of business. But I don't see no videos about that. Y'all want to keep talking about how PBC ain't got no money and they going out of business. Why? Why is PBC going out of business every fight they supposed to have? At this point, you should know they're going to make it through. It's no point in even bringing it up, in my opinion. But I know I went on a rant. Like it's getting on my nerves because I'm starting to see it more and more, and people just are so happy that the PBC. Oh, Benavidez left the PBC. Oh, Tank over there fighting on Netflix, and Jake Paul, the PBC falling apart. We so happy, yay, hand claps. And these are the same people that allegedly started a boxing community to promote black fighters and the blackness in boxing. But this is what they are now. I don't understand it.
But Turkey and the PBC work together, though. You guys realize that, right? Like, it's not.
Boxing Hacker, that don't have nothing to do with what I'm talking about, bro. You're missing the point. Just listen
I
to
hear
what I'm
you,
saying.
but like the
Absolutely nothing. But you know, he
the
getting paid.
PBC fighters file on Rihanna season. So
Hey, he has a quota, baby. He has a quota, and he has some.
I mean, I'm just saying, like the PBC. I don't know
He
why
like,
you work
you
at.
know that Turkey.
Hold on, let me
My
Big Dog.
quota's up. I
Talking
have
about
to
the
miss
PBC
a
and people against them and this and that. They all work together.
Big Dog Willie in the super chat with the $2. It's not Al Heyman problem. It's a Tankomaniac issue. Shout out Big Dog Willie.
Yeah, like
Houseman Willie at it again.
That Tankomaniac shit, bro. For real. Like it's irritating.
It's to be
Houseman Willie. Cut it out, Houseman Willie. You're supposed to be dropping $10 super chats. Stop with the $2 stuff, man. Spend that J. Paul money.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you watch, bro. You tripping if you think that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
This is kind of off the mark a little bit, but did you hear that Jaleel Hackett was supposed to originally fight Brian Norman Jr.?
No.
I never heard that. I didn't hear that.
Hey, y'all hold on. Punch that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the $sign. By sending the Cash App $sign 2 cents boxing or leaving your 2 cents below in the super chat. Y'all be sure to support the channel. I got the commercials off. So y'all gotta be supporting the channel. Otherwise, I'm gonna turn the commercial back on. Get my little pennies.
Because they had
Get your coin, sis.
Yeah.
They had sparring match, Jaleel and Brian Norman.
Gotta get that change.
You
What happened, Mr. Greg? Wait, how did he get replaced?
No, what I heard. Well, I know his aunt. That's why, and I was talking to her today. And I think I even saw. I'm not certain, so I don't.
It's involuntary because Jaleel took an L. Remember?
Because I heard that originally they offered him Brian Norman Jr., but I thought Jaleel Hackett was in a lower weight class, and then they gave him somebody else, and it ended up that Brian is now fighting, as we know, Devin Haney. But I was just wondering had anybody had heard that for sure.
No, I remember I think they went back and forth about some sparring match.
Okay.
This is what I like though. The Devin Haney fight, I like to not know at all, right? Like I think Devin Haney should be able to beat Brian Norman. I don't know if he got the PTSD thing going. I don't know if he gonna be okay. I don't know if Brian Norman, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a very huge unknown there, and I like that about this fight. So I'm not gonna watch it fight night. I'm gonna wait till the next day when Turkey put it on his YouTube channel because I'm not about to pay for it.
Oh, I can't wait for that fight. That's gonna be a good one.
He better not get in the pot.
I don't like all this line Turkey be doing. Like he literally came out and said it wasn't gonna be pay-per-view. This is like the second time he's done that. And
he did that with the Times Square card.
No, he didn't do that. Didn't he? Okay, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the instances late, so I'm probably getting tired. But like, didn't he? When it came to like, he was trying to. When there was rumors about Jake Paul versus Canelo, and he posted something with Ring Magazine that was false to try to get
all that propaganda he put out about
Canelo. Like he's literally used media, which is supposed to be unbiased and truthful information, and leveraged it against the boxing public for his own gain. So, which is not surprising because I said that he would do that. But like, the Ring Magazine already been kind of suspect, but he has destroyed. Ring used to be like, you can't count it as the Bible of boxing anymore because he literally, the minute he got hold to it, he said, "I'm going to use this to spread a lie."
The propaganda.
Like he admitted to it. Like we didn't. I'm not. This is not my claim. He said it. So it's like
that's the thing. Yeah,
we were biased to Oscar De La Hoya. What do you mean?
You know, I said it was Oscar De La Hoya, but Oscar De La Hoya. The difference between Oscar De La Hoya, and I already knew it was biased. Oscar De La Hoya never went to that extreme to like, hey, this is my propaganda arm.
Yep, it's a propaganda machine.
Oscar De La Hoya at least. Like it was some bias, but at least he has some truth in it. No, Turkey took it and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna lie on people.
And
I'm
then
gonna
come out and tell
blatantly
you I
lie.
lied. And then come tell you I lied for the last
And,
48
and so
hours.
once you can defend someone who says that, then you just don't have any integrity, and there's no point of us even listening to you at that point.
I mean, I don't know. I think Turkey.
Yeah. Because you agree with the lies.
Yeah. So I mean, good and bad, right? Like
you don't even have no argument. You just
so here's
want
the thing that if you look
He's
at all
gonna
these
be heard
promoters,
because
if we
has
look
a
at all these
quota.
promoters, they all
He has
have
a
good and
quota.
bad to them. You know, at the end of the day, we're
Like he's
getting
not
more
even
fights.
trying
A lot
to
of
defend.
fights.
He knows Turkey lied.
Hold on
He
one
don't
second.
care.
Hold on one second.
No, we don't need to hold on a
I
second.
know you want to do your ad hominem and all that stuff for your
No ad hominem. You're defending
no
someone
true
who blatantly
Scotsman. I
lied.
get it. But here's the thing, though. Like we're getting a number of fights. And Turkey, at the end of the day, like if we look at boxing without Turkey, boxing is a broken system. You know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shout out
He has nothing to add to the
Damn, we said that at the same damn time.
Shout out to Sin Ironheart with the $10 in the cash app. Let me see what message he left. He says, for the movement. Shout out Sin Ironheart.
True that. True that.
Boxing Hacker, stop coming on here acting like Turkey is doing something when he's using everybody else fucking fighters. What do
Are we
you
allowed to have our own opinion,
mean?
Though? Wait, but
Yeah,
am
you
I
can have
allowed
your
to have
own
a?
opinion, but you're saying some dumb shit.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean,
You allowed to get off my panel.
You're allowed to have. I think you're allowed.
I don't know. Like I said, I think for me, I feel like there's like been this whole like fear mongering around this whole Turkey situation. I don't, what the edits are doing.
Please
to
don't
Ali,
cut him off. Let him talk.
the edits they're doing around the Ali Act. At the end of the day, like to me, I think boxing needs to be under one umbrella any damn way. I think the fact that we have all these promoters, multiple sides of the streets, all these sanction bodies has been like the catalyst to all the corruption that we have in boxing today. It's literally why we don't get certain fights. Like we want to talk about, Tio will definitely fight Shakur, but no, Bob Arum will never give him to Shakur. What does that mean? Like if we're saying that, we're literally stating problems in boxing. And if they're, again, it might be, maybe they're doing something for sports watching, maybe, I don't know. But at the end of the day, like somebody's got to do something. It's the system is corrupt. I don't have a problem with the whole tournament system. I see it as a way for fighters who are up and coming to make money, because when we talk about fighters making money, the ones who are actually making the money, that's like the top 3 or 5%, if not less. What about the 95%?
This your final 2 cents too, Boxing Hacker, so I'm just letting you know. Go ahead.
Yeah. What about the 95% that's not making money? Like this is an avenue for more fighters to make money. And if people don't like it, they don't have to do it. They literally don't have to do it. It's not the Black Murderers Road. It's literally like a choice. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't have to do it. But it's another avenue for up and coming fighters to make money. I see nothing wrong with it. And people can say what they want about Turkey. Turkey did this, did that. We got a number of fights, and we're still getting a number of fights that we will never got without Turkey. And that's the truth that nobody can deny, With that, I'll leave it at that. Salute to the panel chat.
All right, Boxing Hacker. Boxing Hacker wants to centralize the corruption. He wants it. And the thing is, he's talking about how Bob Arum say he's not going to make the fight with Tio. It's going to be the same thing as Zuffa Boxing. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
I want to centralize the corruption.
He only want one person to be able to be corrupt.
I advocate for Turkey to do the corruption, no one else.
It don't make no sense, man. That boy, man. That
David,
boy.
what's your final 2 cents, David? What you got for the show?
Man, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it again, and I always say it. Boxing Hacker is proof that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. He is proof of that. It doesn't make any sense that you could think the repeal of the Ali Act is good for the boxer. It's good for the promoters. Because now those dirty promoters over there can go ahead and treat you however they want you to. Tell you when to fight, who to fight. You have no choice. As far as we know, they may be giving up their likeness. so they could take it and put it into the EA video game. Come on. The boxer will make no money off of that. They can't have their own sponsors on their trunks no more. It's going to be exactly like the UFC. The UFC used to allow fighters to have promotional tags all over their trunks when they got in the ring and fight. Then, when they signed the deal with Reebok exclusively, that the fighters in the UFC did not get not one penny from.
Wow,
The
I
UFC
didn't know
fighters
that.
could, yeah, the UFC fighters could not wear trunks or use sponsorship on any of their clothing. No more when they in the octagon fighting. And that was crazy. And that's what they're about to do now to boxing. It's ridiculous. And you would never get to see the best fighters in the world fight the best fighters in the world. Weren't we complaining about that before this? The only thing that changed is everything is slighted against the boxer even more. They don't even get any. If they're named in that league, they don't get any of the money that came in for them being the draw that brought people to come out and see that fight. There is no more A side, B side. They just gonna be over there just fight when we tell you to fight. And if you get through the 12 months, whoever the top ones is from the tournament, then they get to go ahead and fight whoever is the champion or the Riyadh season for one of those belts and maybe replace that person. That's crazy. All we can tell you who the people gonna be. Devin Haney gonna be one of them over there. And Shakur Stevenson gonna be over there. Yep, he gonna be over there as a free agent fighting just for Riyadh season. But if he's still a free agent and he's independent now, how come he's not calling to try to get a fight with Tank at the beginning of the year or the middle of the year in the spring? That sounds pretty much if he's saying his hands hurt. So you still gonna not get those fights. It's going to be whoever the best, probably Bob Byrne and PBC will be working together, and they may be having a championship where they going head to head, round robin, going down the line, putting fights together to see if they could go ahead and unify the championships or whatever championship they're going to have, because Bob Byrne already has a model for this, and his model didn't. I'm going to say it and I got to be blunt. Sorry. Fuck over the fighters. Plain and simple. Al Heyman's model do not fuck over the fighters. That's the reason why Bob and them got together and they tried to see, and they took him to court. And then they're going to come out, make changes to his plans on putting it together to slight them more, and then go ahead and go after the Muhammad Ali Act. There's no way in the world you can think that is good for boxing or boxers. They keep saying, if it wasn't for Turkey, we wouldn't have got the fights that we wanted to see. What fights have they put together that I wanted to see? None. None. And they're not putting together the fight that everybody say they want to see, which is the fight between Tank and Shakur. Why? Because Turkey not trying to come out as money for that fight. And the only way that fight will ever take place is at Riyadh season. Turkey already said it was Shakur. When he took his fight away from Riyadh season and put it over there in the Arthur Ashe Center in New York City. They only paying big money for fights that's going to be in Riyadh season, because that's coming directly out of the pool of the money for that fund. That's why he was mad and pissed off and said the shit that he said to Turkey. And Turkey made his ass. He had to get on his knees and beg to be back on with him. And he went on, and he still was on the undercard, and still on the undercard to fight. Who are you going to fight next? This Teal fight not going to happen. Bob Arum isn't giving any more of his fighters over to Real season. And you can bet this is going to be the last time you see Benavidez over there.
Allegedly, he signed
So,
a multi-fight deal. Allegedly, that's the word on the YouTube streets.
what? If he signed a multi-fight deal, Al Heyman probably went on the okayed it because he's getting paid that money because he's an advisor. And he look out for his fighters when they come to them getting that type of money. You know what I mean? But it's weird. It's weird. That's my final 2 cents on that. You know, that's
Right.
I
Thank you,
ended
David.
on that.
Thank you
All
for
right.
coming up. Always great to have you on the panel. So I promise y'all I'm trying to get off of here, but I told myself I was only gonna be on here an hour, y'all. So
You know
shout
that
out
wasn't
to
gonna
Big
happen.
shout out to Big Dog Willie with the $5 in the super chat. Tankomaniac was invented by a Tank fan. Here's the backstory. After Tank KO an opponent, he jumps off the rope like a wrestler. A Tank fan said it. Shout out Big Dog Willie. All right, so I got this video Teach put in the chat. Okay, we're gonna watch this. I promise that everybody getting their 2 cents and I'm going to sleep because I'm getting sleepy now. This is Boots in his talk about the Ali Act.
Ali Act is a very hot topic right now. How do you feel about this? Do you think it should stay as it is, or are you interested? Are you open to changing it?
No, you gotta keep that. You gotta keep that, and that's what's protecting us. So you gotta keep it.
You know, they had a hearing last week, California State Athletic Commission,
Yeah.
and there were no notable boxing people on it to fight on behalf of the boxers, to speak up on behalf of the boxers. And this was alarming to some people. And now, so it's moving to the next step, and it might actually get amended.
Oh, yeah, I never even knew nothing about it. I say
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy that we didn't have nobody from like the boxing community there.
There was a lot of MMA people
Yeah,
speaking.
that's not right. They should redo it or just leave it alone. You know,
You don't see any sort of issues with it. You say keep it status quo. There's full transparency. You get to see the books, right? You get to see what's going on.
Yeah.
A lot of these things are potentially going to go away.
No, they need to keep it the right way. You know,
Yeah.
keep the Ali Act. You know,
Do you think that their model could work? The UFC model could work in boxing?
no,
Why not?
I just don't think so. Yeah, boxing and UFC 2 different things. In boxing, boxers make more money than UFC fighters, so you can't really like put them two like hand in hand like that. I don't think that's a good idea.
And what about that model where it's just like one promotion and you just kind of fight the guys in that promotion and there's no co-promoting?
I like the co-promoting because, like I said, you got multiple different people you can fight, and that's, for example, like in UFC, you could be a champion in UFC, but you can't fight the champion in Bellator.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, perfect example. You couldn't fight Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, but that's the fight that everybody want to see.
Right.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't like that. They should definitely have, do the co-promoter thing, co-promotion thing.
It's going to be interesting. I don't know how much I know you got blinders on and you're focused on your career.
Yeah, I don't really like try to pay too much
Yeah.
attention to like
Do you watch the media? Do you read the stuff? Do you look at things or you stay out of it?
Not really, but sometimes when I'm on Instagram or Twitter, you can't do nothing but hope to see it because it's in your face. Like,
yeah.
So sometimes I do see the little things here and there, but all that stuff just be, yeah.
You signed with Eddie around the same time that Shakur signed with him. Why do you think it didn't work with Shakur and Eddie?
I'm not sure. I can't really say. I'm not Shakur.
No, I know.
Yeah, I don't know what they had going on.
It just seemed like those were two big signings, American guys, East Coast guys. Like it felt like a huge deal.
Boo say you gotta keep that, bro. And let me say this because I think it's egregious. They keep running around talking about how no boxers called into this meeting when the meeting wasn't supposed to be until December, and they snuck and did a meeting on some random night. I don't even know how the UFC fighters found out about it themselves because I damn sure didn't even know because I listened to the first meeting. So the next meeting was supposed to be in December. So they snuck and did a meeting so that they could pass whatever it was they wanted to pass because they seen the backlash they got the last time they tried to pass it. So you heard Bruce like, I ain't know. So to sit on here and be like, no boxers called in because y'all snuck and changed it from December to October. or November to October, whenever it was supposed to be. Whatever the case was, it wasn't supposed to be when they had it. So T-Chat put that in the chat. I want to see what Boots had to say about it. Vanda, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Man, you know how I feel when it came to that Jermell Charlo case. When it comes to Shakur's hands, I feel like he got worse hands than my boy Wilder. And when it comes to other stuff, you know, I listen more than I talk. You know what I'm saying? I listen more than I speak. You know what I mean? Still picking up little things, and yeah, that's pretty much what I got. I ain't got too much for you tonight, 2 cents.
All right, band up. Thank you for coming up. See you next time. Always enjoy you on the panel. Mr. Greg, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
A few little things. I think the fighters are going to have to recognize now you cannot trust anybody with your career or with the sport itself. So you're going to have to either hire somebody to keep track of what's going on, or you're going to have to be a lot more proactive, because as you can see, they will use subterfuge and they will sneak around, and before you know it, everything is changed on you. You cannot take away what little that they have to protect them as fighters. And I also look at, I'm a little offended by this contract thing where, fighters are getting $15,000, for the 10-round fights. If it wasn't a contract that puts them in a 3-year bind, I might be a little okay with that. But you're talking about basically you're going to be making 45 grand a year. That is no money, especially for a combat sport. But I know there are fighters who are fighting for less than that, but they're not locked into a 3-year contract.
But they have no way to go up though. They
Yeah,
have a ceiling.
yeah, and then it's a 1-year non-compete clause, which means you can't even apply your trade if you don't resign after 3. None of this sits well with me, because those are just the details that we know about. Who's doing the matchmaking? How's that working?
It's not going to be no matchmaking, because
Yeah.
people believe matchmaking is cherry picking. So they're just going to fight you based off your ranking, which makes me believe maybe the fights won't be entertaining.
That's all of those things. It's a lot of uncertainty with that, and I think it's a lot of unfairness just from what I'm seeing. I don't like it at all. I think the fighters are going to have to get organized if they can, because nobody is looking out for them. The people who are supposed to be looking out for them aren't. So they're going to have to try to get themselves together on that, because sometimes you just have to be proactive. And that's just the bottom line. We don't like it, but they have to not like it more by doing something more. But I know they was trying to go to the hearing, and they changed that. But that's the kind of stuff you have to also look for, because that's what they're going to do. Besides that, I still like the what I said about Charlo being the guy at 154. I hope Charlo is going to go back to 154 if he can. And I think what he needs to do is make himself the guy that they got to come see. Not that I'm challenging you. They got to challenge him. He has to change that narrative if he has it in him to do it that way. I wish he does. I wish he would, because that would be a good thing to see him do, to get very disciplined and put himself in a position where he can actually show who he is. And those are some good fights for him to make. All three of those fights are good fights for him, I believe. And there's probably some others that I'm not even thinking of right now. But bottom line is, that's what I think he should do. I think there's money for him. I'm not sure what his brother's going to do, but we're not talking about him at the moment. I think those, of course, the Layla Ali, Crystal Shields things, is blowing up social media for a while. But there's cycles, and that's one of the things that's there. Carissa probably will get a good lesson out of this when it all dies down, and hopefully, as I think Jupe said, she learns how to play this game by being in the game and fighting someone on social media who has shown how you play this game. And hopefully when Carissa gets some more endorsement deals and things of that nature, she'll calm down. She'll realize that, as they say, there's levels to all of this. You can be good in the ring, but you also got to be good outside the ring. You got to be able to play the game. You can still be yourself, but learn how to play this game because at some point you're not going to be fighting anymore. So you want to have things in place where people want to do some business with you outside of boxing. So learn from it, and we'll see what happens when Layla decides to tell us on part 2, because she got everybody waiting with bated breath about what she's going to do. It should be interesting how that falls out. I'm not. When is Tank and Jake Paul supposed to fight this month or next month?
I think it's November 14th.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how that plays out. And I'm waiting for Jupe to announce her podcast. So maybe Jupe will announce it tonight or something of that nature. But overall, I'm getting better. Thank you for people who've asked about it. I still got to get some operations. I hope that one may happen this before the year is out. But until then, you know, I'll try to get on and enjoy the boxing talk and things of that nature. And with that,
all right, Mr. Greg.
Okay.
We always gonna be here to keep you entertained.
Well, I love the entertainment.
All right, Mr. Greg. I'm glad you're feeling better. All right. Jupe, have I kept you on here long enough, or you got a few more minutes?
I got a few more minutes.
Okay, because Leroy and them dropped another documentary, and I just want to see a little piece of it before I let everybody off. Tomorrow, I'll probably be doing a live review, so y'all be on the lookout for that. I'm not about to go to sleep, y'all. I'm telling y'all, as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna watch this documentary because y'all know I like Leroy documentaries. Here we go. First of all, let me say how crazy it is that they got this at the beginning of their documentary. Obviously, people must have been fucking with them. Due to the importance of this film, serious legal action will be taken against false defamation claims and invalid intellectual property claims. So people have been filing false defamation claims in line, talking about they've been stealing people's intellectual property. Real quick, let me get Boxing Hacker $5 in the super chat. Turkey is creating more opportunities for fighters and putting money in their pocket. People criticize Turkey, but ignore all the good things he's doing. Shout out Boxing Hacker. All right, Boxing Hacker, you know I got to mess with you. It's 2 cents out the door. Hold on, one thing tripping. No, it's not going to let me take the something. All right, here we go. I feel like I'm sitting in the movie theater.
Terrence Crawford is one of the greatest boxers I have ever seen, and I'll stand on it.
Terrence Crawford just beat Canelo Alvarez decisively to become the new.
I think Bud Crawford is the Michael Jordan of boxing. I don't think Bud human like.
Just flawless. I mean, Terrence Crawford.
Terrence Bud Crawford is on.
Hey, why is this starting off like a scary movie? All right, let's keep going.
On my Mount Rushmore, best boxers of all time.
It's Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevens. Man, I knew it already.
Clarissa Shields is crazy. Please tell me why she had to throw her name in there first. She says 3 fighters that cannot lose. Clarissa Shields.
That's
I love
Clarissa,
it, though.
baby.
I love it, bruh.
I love it too. I ain't mad at it.
He dominated. I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to give Canelo 2 rounds. 2 rounds. Dominate!
Them voices got really, really quiet like they typically do when they get proven wrong. And they either try to jump on the wagon or they get very, very quiet and they start to retreat back to wherever they came from.
What's up with the puppets? This was so funny.
Like, why is this a scary movie, Juke?
And this is so in time for October because it's spooky season.
The definition of a puppet. A puppet is an object that is typically controlled by strings or manipulated by a hand inside of it. The purpose of a puppet is only to serve the puppet master A puppet does not have a spine. It does not require one.
The puppets are calling for you. The puppets are calling.
Did you see what Terrence Bud Crawford did to Canelo Alvarez on September the 13th? I mean, he dominated Canelo. He dismantled him. He beat him for all 12 rounds. It was the most impressive thing I've ever seen because Canelo was way bigger than Terrence Crawford. Canelo was huge, and Crawford still destroyed him. The judges were against Crawford. The announcers were against Crawford. The size was against Crawford. And he still overcame all of the odds and destroyed Canelo Alvarez. Terrence Crawford is one of the greatest boxers I have ever seen. And I'll stand on it. What I witnessed last night was the greatest win I've ever seen. That boy Bud, Terrence Crawford, dominates Canelo Alvarez. Oh, the truth is that Terrence Crawford is the greatest fighter of all time. He's greater than Roy Jones Jr. He's greater than Manny Pacquiao, greater than Oscar De La Hoya, greater than Sugar Ray Leonard. He's greater than Floyd Mayweather. Terrence Crawford, he destroyed the bigger man. Now that's boxing. That's what I want to see. That's boxing.
That was a hell of an intro.
Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. After watching the boxing match between these two fighters, you were told over and over again that Terrence Crawford dominated Canelo Alvarez. You were also told multiple times that Canelo Alvarez was bigger than Terrence Crawford. But is any of this accurate or true? Did Terrence Crawford really dominate Canelo Alvarez? Did Terrence Crawford even defeat Canelo Alvarez? Is Canelo Alvarez really bigger than Terrence Crawford? Can you trust anything?
Can somebody tell me why Terrence gloves so fat?
I assume if you're a puncher, like, I'm okay with it being I don't know. I mean, it's a cushion.
Because he likes to wear horsehair gloves. You know that, right? The MX.
No, I didn't know
ladies.
that.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
don't look like horsehair. Horsehair normally be more.
Why his horse hairs be looking like that, Juke?
I don't know. I mean, those don't like horse. Those are you saying those are horsehair?
Those are gloves he liked to fight in them MX-80s. Everlast.
I mean, horsehair tends to make it provides less cushion, in my opinion. Those like it. I don't know.
You were told by the tidal wave of
I think they magical
people that have been repeating these narratives since September the 13th. Let's find out if you can. Let's find out who's the bigger man. You finally got to see.
All right, y'all. We're gonna stop it right there because I let y'all go to sleep. Even though the number's still holding up, y'all still in here rocking with me. But for real, it's 2:00. I'm gonna be so mad at myself in the morning. I love coming on here talking with y'all. I've been waiting to come on to get on live to talk with y'all. A lot of y'all, this get kind of addicting. It get kind of addicting, but nevertheless, it's a good time. We always have a good time over here on 2 Cents After Dark. Juke, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
My final 2 cents when it comes to that video, that was so. I don't even know what to make of that with all the puppets and. I don't know. I mean, I will have to watch it to understand what their point is. I mean, I don't know.
You haven't seen none of the other Exodus files before?
I think I have seen like snippets. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I've heard that term before, but I don't know if I've sat through any of the videos. I don't know, but like.
If you go look on my live review, because I have a segment that I do called Live Review Show, where I review live with the chat, the Exodus file video. So. Okay. You can go watch my review. You can watch it on its own.
I don't have enough information to go, but what I saw, it was funny because of puppets and Halloween. So I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I'm assuming they think something up with Crawford, but whatever. I'll watch it. Who knows? I will say, so far as the rest of the discussion for tonight, like I get what people are saying. Like, okay, when it comes to like Turki Al-Sheikh and people like he's great for boxing, okay, fine. You know, I'm not saying that every single thing he's done is just terrible, right? He's had some decent fights. Like he's given us some decent fights, but I think it's this narrative that he's given us these fights that we wouldn't have had if he didn't step in and swoop in and save boxing. When, in my opinion, boxing never needed to be saved. It was at a point where, like, I feel like it was going in the right direction, and I feel like I think what he did was kind of an overcorrection, and now we're even getting less fights. Like, for example, I feel like he came in between us getting Benavidez versus Callum Smith. Because you've been able to get, the whole point is just you're so rich, you can offer anybody the top pay to get the fights we want, but yet you could offer enough to get Callum Smith to fight Benavidez. Same thing with Canelo and Benavidez. Like, you have all this money. Like, this is my thing. It's like people, he started off as this, oh, he has the money, and he makes the side of the streets don't matter. And so that slowly drifted, right, to where now he's doing pay-per-views. Now they're excusing why he said he's no longer doing pay-per-views. So he is doing pay-per-views. So my thing is that the purpose of his whole purpose is kind of diminished, because of your whole point is that the whole point of him was like he has so much money that it'll close negotiations and it won't matter anymore. But when it mattered, it proved he didn't have it.
And I thought the pay-per-views were supposed to be $24.99, Drew.
But my thing is, if you have all the money in the world, why are you charging pay-per-view anyway? Because you lose money. That was the original argument. You didn't need to make a profit. The original argument. So yes, it went for the pay-per-views was $24.99, but before the pay-per-views being $24.99, there wasn't a pay-per-views, because apparently that's what I'm saying. Like, they've been able to move the goalpost at least 4 or 5 steps. It started off as he has this money and he has a money, and Tank is gonna have to bend the knee because he has the money and everybody got the money. And now it's like, yeah, but we need to charge $24 for pay-per-view. Yeah, no more pay-per-view. Okay, no, it's like it keeps changing. And when it's talked about him giving us the best fights, I'm trying to think of a single fight that he gave me that I really, really wanted. And I can't think of one. And the one that I did want was still more Bob involved, which is Bivol versus Beterbiev. Right? I guess you can give him credit for the heavyweight fight between Usyk and Fury, which we already knew was not going to be a big fight. It was an important fight for boxing, but it's a big fight. This is why I remember Roy Jones said it. He said, if it's going to be, if it's going to end up being Usyk and Fury for the heavyweight title, it's like, because it's just stylistically, everyone knew that Wilder versus AJ would have been like the bigger fight. Like, that's just everybody knew, right? So unless you want to count that, he hasn't. And to someone's comment in the chat, if he gave us the best of boxing, well, then why was 2023 the best year of boxing in the last couple of years? And not just 2023, even prior, right? Because in 2023, we had like some really good fights. We had Tank versus, we had Spence versus Bud. We had Tank versus Ryan. We had Fulton versus Inouye. We had Canelo versus Plant. We had Canelo versus like Boots versus Villa. Like, we had some amazing matchups that people have been clamoring for years, and we got it. And Turkey had nothing to do with none of them. So this idea that like, oh, and I'm not saying he can't add to the sport, but it's at a detrimental cost. So when people are complaining about why Manny Pacquiao is still a factor and why these YouTube boxers are a factor, it's because we stopped building our real fighters, and they went to fight on undercards in Saudi Arabia or UK, wherever. We stopped building other fighters to compete with them. Like Sugar Ray had Hearns, he had Benitez, he had Hagler. We're not building nemesis like we used to, because why would I build myself and I can just go get a quick payday through Turkey? And so it's cool short term, but long term it kills the sport. And so, people just don't think about the longevity of the sport because they're not real boxing fans. They're not real boxing fans. They're being paid to come
They're
in here.
hardcore boxing fans.
But they're not even. That's the thing, Two Cent.
hardcore
They're not even hardcore though, Two Cent. They don't know any of the history. They can't, like, when I'm talking to people, I know
and always crying about legacy.
they don't know nothing. Like when I was talking to people, they don't know anything about. That's why they'll say comments that make no sense. They're here for a particular agenda. You don't see them around until they're here to, like, okay, look at the comment section. The aircraft carrier. Sir, you want AJ doing 25? I didn't even say that, right? I didn't say I wanted AJ's versus Wilder in 2025. That just shows you the comprehension level and the lack of. I literally said back then the bigger fight would have been those two, and he boiled that down and say he might be a bot for all I know. That's how you know that, like, because had he comprehended correctly, he didn't know I didn't say anything about Wilder versus AJ in 2025. But he's here to I only see him when I say anything against Turkey. People come here for a specific agenda. They're not real boxing fans. They're not. Because when I'm talking boxing, when I'm getting to the details and jabs and how you block a hook and all that, they don't have they have no comment. They don't know. They not real.
They just here to argue or they bots.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like the aircraft carrier, he's like, you want Wilder versus AJ in 2025? Now, did I say that? Did I even remotely imply that? No. But if you're a bot, you can't comprehend that yet because you're not, your software isn't upbooted to comprehend that. So, right, that or he's just really not that. I don't know. Maybe English.
They just like to agitate people.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that this is evidence of a bot. Or pay attention to when you see certain people say certain things, and why you only see certain commentary on certain topics and nothing else. I can speak on anything in the sport. I don't care if it's bantamweight to heavyweight. They don't appreciate the sport. They don't like the sport. They're here for specific agendas, and that's why they don't care that the hard fought rights are in jeopardy.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't care. It doesn't affect them. They do not care. And that's why they'll come into the comment section and say something and put a laughing emoji behind it and try to joke it off because they can't mess with you on any other real level. Like, I don't even, I'm not going to read what Boxing Hacker just said because I don't respect him I think, whatever. I don't care, right? He's not even worthy of a response. So all I'm saying is that if we truly love boxing, we really need to like tune into what's happening. And this is
it's
so you have people coming here arguing for like the demolition of what we've been fighting for decades. It's because they don't care. They don't follow the sport. And if it dies, they'll just go and be a troll in some other topic. They'll get paid being a troll in some other topic somewhere else to destroy something else. And I really want people to understand that that's what's happening. Like Boxing Hacker can easily change his name to, I don't know, Soccer Hacker and just like he don't care. He don't care. He's here to cause ascension and say certain things. He don't know nothing about the sport, don't care nothing about the sport. He never will.
Shots fired.
I mean, it's not even shots fired. How many times did he come on here and be vehemently wrong? Don't know nothing about nothing. Nothing about nothing. He don't. Like, and as a woman, I know people think, oh, I'm not supposed to know this. Like, I've been following sports for decades. I love the sport. I actually want to grow. So I'm not out here advocating for people to have less rights. No one who loves the sports would do that.
Nobody.
No one. So that tells you right there what they're about. They're not real. These people are here for some other agenda. That's why, at a certain point, you have to stop even respecting what they have to say. Yes, they can provide some comedic value here and there, but you got to respect them just as that. You're the person we bring on the channel, ha, 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 but nothing you say means anything. And never will. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let y'all go for the night. And remember what I said. Enjoy y'all evening.
All right. Did you watch the Terrence Crawford fight again or no?
Okay. I did. I fell asleep on it because it was late. I didn't see what you're talking about. Okay, because you feel like they gave a signal, and maybe I slept. So maybe tell me where am I?
I'm gonna find the clip on YouTube. I'm a see. If I want to send you something, where would I send it? Or just wait till I see you live again?
Yeah,
You got X?
I'm gonna send you an email or something. We'll connect. We'll connect behind the scenes.
Okay, 2centsboxing2@gmail.com.
2centboxing what?
2
Mm-hmm.
at gmail.com.
Okay, got you.
It's the number 2.
Got you. Okay, we'll connect behind the scenes.
All right.
Hey, love you. Have a good night.
Shout out Jupe on the panel with all that boxing knowledge. Y'all better stop playing with Jupe. Especially you, Boxing Hacker. She'll fry you, Boxing Hacker. But shout out to Boxing Hacker. He's always a good sport. Getting kicked off the panel. But Boxing Hacker, the homie. He pissed a lot of people off. Boxing Hacker, you gotta chill though, man. You can't be pissing off everybody. Cause then I'm gonna be like, y'all leave Boxing Hacker alone. Then they're gonna be mad at me like they doing with Clarissa Shields. Cause you out here pissing everybody off. No, but listen. I forgot. I was supposed to do a lesson on active listening today for my 2 Cents After Dark show. Maybe we might have to wait till next week. Y'all don't let me forget. Active listening. That's what we're going to be working on next week because we got to get y'all listening skills up. We got to. So we can have more productive conversations because that's what I want over here in 2 Cents Boxing. We have some pretty good conversations now, but the conversations would be even better if listening skills were improved. And that'll be the first step. And then we could work on comprehension skills, and then we could work on communication skills, and we can get it all together over here because I want the best boxing channel in these YouTube streets. Shout out to the 2 Centers and everybody that supports the channel. Shout out to the people that have been rocking with me. It's 2 a.m. in the morning and y'all still on here kicking it with me. Punch the like button if you haven't already. Be sure to help support the channel. If you're listening to the replay of this live, let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. We had great conversations tonight. And y'all, make sure y'all got y'all notifications on. Tomorrow, you know I'm doing a live review on the Exodus Files. You know I got to hear what Leroy got to say. Oh, hold on. Why y'all ain't tell me I have my music on? All right, there we go. You know I got to hear what Leroy got to say in the Exodus Files. And I wasn't even going to get into the Crawford conspiracy theory. I don't got time to fight and battle with y'all. Come back tomorrow, live review show, documentary out. And listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, cussing you out, kicking you off the panel, even though I was kicking Hacker off the panel today, but it's 2 Cents After Dark, timing you out, kicking you off the panel, leaving you in the background, muting you in the chat, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
If you're doing good, they got something to say. If you're doing bad, they got something to say. So, do what makes you happy. Because you see this jet, you see this private jet that we own? I got it because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I made over $1 billion, you know why? Because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I'm gonna always tell Tank, do what the fuck you wanna do.